Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. Welcome back to the Mandem talk, minus the rest of the Mandem. Danny, where is the Mandem? Where is the Mandem?
Mandem are living up to stereotypes right now.
Mandem are living up to stereotypes.
When it comes to timekeeping, innit? Big up everybody watching, though. Smash the like button.
Yeah.
Start atting, man.
Start atting, man. You know what I mean? Here's one that's late, but you know what I mean? We're here. You know what I mean? Man like Marcel. You know, bro, we need to stop this stereotype, man. This black man timing cannot exist anymore. You know what I'm saying, brothers? We need to allow the stereotype, man. You get me? But listen, we're here. Nuruddin will join us. Couple of the Mandem are not here, personal reasons and whatnot. So big up to the Mandem as usual. But we should have Rhino. We should have Nuruddin. And we should have had a couple of more others in the building. But we're here, man. How we doing, guys, man? International break. Feeling good?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm good, man. Big up, everyone. I hope you're all well, man. Big up Danny and obviously Saeed and big up the chat. Yeah, international breaks, 2 weeks, man. And Ruben's here, man. I've been seeing all the stuff with Ruben, meeting the players and that, so I'm gassed, man. I'm feeling excited. And, you know, there's a good build up to obviously the next couple of weeks. Obviously, international breaks here, so no one really wants to see that, especially as the manager's just got here. But I'm pretty sure there'll be a few players that he gets to be around right now. You know, not all the players would be on the international break. So you'll have, I think, the likes of maybe Ericsson, Kobe might be still around, Mason Mount, Yoro. So we'll be able to work with a few of the boys and just teach them certain things about the style of play and stuff. And I want to just see that game against Ipswich, against McKenna straight away, using the 3-4-3. You know, a completely different formation for our football club. You know, haven't seen this kind of style of play, you know, in consistently anyway for recent year, and just excited, man. Very excited.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like, for me, the title of the video today was Ruben Amorim's big decision, man. Like, and there's a lot of decisions to be made, you know what I mean, Danny? Like, in terms of personnel, who fits the personnel, who, you know what I mean? I know he did his little thing yesterday, meeting everyone, but that's normal, you get me, for someone to check out everyone and whatnot. But, like, do you believe he's the guy to kind of make them key decisions, though? Because there's a lot of decisions that have affected every manager. Oli, Mourinho, Bear Man, I've like, yo, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest, like, it's affected a lot of managers, you know, the big decisions that have been made.
Do you know what it is, Saeed? I was having a conversation with somebody earlier where they're like, what's the difference between him and Ten Hag? And for me, it's not like this guy was tapped for playing like some new expansive style of attractive football. Do you get what I'm saying to you? He's not. He ain't got that reputation for playing the best football. I think that might work in his favour. I think a manager who can just organise his team, get it compacted and get the best out of his best talent until he gets time to mould his team, that might be the best way forward. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So that might work in his favour. In terms of big decisions, the problem he's going to have, side, he's going to upset a lot of those attackers. It's not the wing backs because we don't have enough. It's not the centre-back three because we don't, actually some of them are injured. You know what I'm saying to you? And having a first centre-back means more defenders play, so there's no issues there. The midfield two is the same old thing. Ericsson might go in January. Kobe might get in there, or he might play in the front three. You don't know, innit? So that's, for me, his first big problem is who is he going to upset? Who is he going to leave out? And who's he going to decide to trust to do what he wants, basically, as soon as he gets in? Because there's no pre-season. You know what I'm saying to you? He ain't got there's no preamble to this, bro. He's straight in it. Ipswich, McKenna, something to prove back at Old Trafford. The games are coming thick and fast, you know what I'm saying to you? So, yeah, he's just got to... Bro, for me, you won't like it, Saeed. Get the best out of Bruno Fernandes. Whether you hate Bruno Fernandes or not, the reality is... Nah, hold on, Saeed. He creates chances, he scores goals. He's Man United's best player in the final third. It's just the reality, yeah?
At the cost of what, though? This is the thing, though. At the cost of what, though, man?
So long, yeah? But we don't have a football team that can play in front of a team in a low block and just keep the ball and pass. We don't have a squad for that, Saeed. Yeah, we need to create.
Yeah, but that's what we need to get away from. We don't need to get away from a player that's good in the transition, the final third, in that kind of way. Like.
Bruno's good against low blocks as well. Bruno's good against everything. You saw what he did for a man.
Is he?
Yeah. I'm gonna stop talking. Okay, you tell. Okay, you know what? Let me ask you. You're the host, innit? Let me ask you before we go to structure. Yeah. Who should he trust, Saeed? You tell me in the final.
Right now, Kobe. Ugarte is his guy.
No, in the final third, bro. Not the midfield.
Final third. Yeah. Final third is, I can't lie to you, it's looking very, very stinky. Right now in the final third, I don't think there's many you can trust. You know, maybe
Zirkzee. You've got to pick someone. Saeed, you're the manager, bro. Stinky ain't enough. You've got to deliver. Who are you picking?
I'm putting Rashford up front. Amad Diallo. Yeah, Amad Diallo. I've forgotten him. Amad Diallo. 100%.
Okay, Rashford up front. Amad Diallo. Who's the third man in the front three?
Kobe Mainoo.
Okay. I like that lineup, actually. I can't lie still.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, you can't.
I'm say.
I would expect.
I think for me that's probably the best one.
That's
you know what I mean. Like, I get the Zirkzee agendas in the chat. We'll get to the Zirkzee agendas in the chat.
One thing I would say though, I put this poll up. I think it was 70% of people. But I asked the question: do you think Rashford wants to play and is willing to play as a striker? And everyone said. Most people said no. Is what I'm saying to you.
No, Danny. They said no. I think Rashford. I think that's going to be his new position. To be honest.
No. Marcel, forget talent or skill set. Does he want to be a striker?
His feeling.
Do you trust him to want to play there?
Yeah, his feeling. No, I get it. Like how he feels about the position, and if we or the manager, I think I could trust him to do it because at some points under Ten Hag's tenure, when he scored those goals, there was times where he had to go up front. So I think I could personally trust him there. But whether the manager, again, when he gets it, gives everyone the fresh or the clean slate or judges them differently again from the beginning, whether he's going to be happy to play as the left forward or as the front position, it's a good question, you know. But I think we've seen as fans, or a lot of people have seen, off that left wing, it's up and down. It's really bad. And then it's not even just because a lot of people are saying, why is Ten Hag deliberately getting Rashford to play these left defensive mid roles where he just cuts in and crosses it from weird angles? It's Rashford himself. It looks like, you know, to a degree where he's just not capable, has the desire to take players on down the wing or do the 1v1s or have the sprint speed or whatever. Whether he's lost a little bit of pace or not, I don't know, to be honest with you, Danny. But I think up front with those centralized counterattacks that we do, you know, it's not going to be the same as the Sporting player Enquiries, but you know, he's got the pace and he can stretch defensive lines. He could do a kind of Jamie Vardy-esque type of forward line role or style, and I think that might be his best position. If he doesn't make it,
well, latching onto them little final balls, and like becoming kind of almost like a, I don't know, man. You know,
like skill set. I think yes. Willingness, him understanding at this point in his career, that's what's best for him to do. That's the part. I don't think he's got the self-awareness to understand what's best for his career right now. That's my issue. It's not skill set or talent.
Yeah.
It's that, innit?
You know, but the thing is that we have to work with the players we've got, Mandem. Like, I'm just trying to, I've got tools, right? And I'm just trying to use my tools, like, wisely. Like, I've got limited amount of tools at the end of the season. I doubt we're going to spend in January. We need to, if I'm being honest with you. But I'm just saying, Rashford, he ain't going to fit in no 10, no, you know, in no wing-back system. He ain't going to fit in there, bro. Let's be honest. Is he going to fit in that wing-back system? No. The only place he's going to fit in is up front, for me personally. But then again, someone said to me yesterday, out of possession is different to in possession, the way we play, you know? Like, there's two different, formations, the way we play and whatnot. So I can't lie to you, man. Shout out to Rhino, but, like, for me, it's like, that's only the Rashford's only position, guys. I'm being honest.
Yeah, there's no other position.
Yeah, go on, Leon.
There's no other position for me. I feel like Rashford's career now is going to be the tricky thing is, it's like Rashford knows that like he can play well or his best game when he's got space, but the league doesn't permit that every single week you're going to play against teams that are going to give you that space, because more than half the teams are going to sit back and not give you space. So I feel like he needs to learn now to basically. Amorim's only chance of getting the best out of Rashford, I believe, is in consistently in different types of games against different types of opposition, is having two styles. The one where he plays into space and he runs certain channels that he's told to run. And he's the tricky thing is our players have to still have to kind of put it on a plate for him.
Exactly.
Or in a certain zone where he's comfortable to finish. Because we know that kind of like where the keeper's, where the angle's still nice and the keeper's coming out towards him. He loves that kind of angle kind of thing. Or he has to kind of do what Pep did to him, to Sterling at City, not in exactly the same attacking, do you know what I mean? Like style. Yeah. you just need to be in this one zone and looking for tap-ins, really. Because, like, at the end of the day, I can't see. If anyone else can see, let me know. But that's it, really. I don't really care whether Rashford, like, buys into it or not, to be honest with you. Because I feel like he's going to filter himself out by the end of the season anyway. I think he's kind of done anyway. He just looks like he's been done for ages. So I feel like for the sake of his career, he'd be silly to stay after this season, regardless of whether he scores 20 goals from this point or not. He can go and do. He's still young enough to go and do something with his career, maybe in a slower league or maybe go get like that commercial value somewhere else. Do you know what I mean?
But Leon, can I ask a question though? This is Amorim, yeah, and I don't know who was speaking about this the other day, but Amorim might look at Rashford and Bruno totally different to us. He's thinking, man's got Rashford who's got all these goals, who's got, he's one of the most talented players in English football. He's in his prime. I'm just looking at what the manager could see, what he could benefit from where we're looking at in terms of our goggles. I don't know why he's smiling, myself, but he can see. I feel like he's
going to look like Bruno more like that than Rashford. That's what I think, to be honest.
Okay.
You know what's crazy, Saeed? Shout out to Voice of Reason, a guy I talked to on Twitter. He said this when we hired him. I want a manager who's seen world-class players before. For the exact same reason you just said that, Saeed. The exact same. He was worried that he's going to see Rashford and go, wow, this is Marcus. So that's a good point.
Yeah, like get a bit starstruck, innit? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Go on, Nuruddin. Big up to everyone
big
here,
up
buddy.
people,
Smash
big up Kings, big up Leon, big up Rhino, big up Danny, big up Marcel.
Come on.
Big up people, smash a like on the video, innit? It's really interesting. So last night, did a tactical thing on the United Real Therapy, and it's what you're saying about Rashford. So I put Zirkzee, Rashford, Martinez, because I think Martinez might struggle in the wide areas if he's the left centre back. Really think that he could struggle there. So I put Zirkzee, because there's a lot of rumours around Zirkzee. Zirkzee, Martinez, Rashford, and Kazinak. I put Casemiro in it, right? And I put, because of the way that he plays, that the amount of legs you have to play in his system, and the two, and I put that. And actually, 70% of the people said in the poll, right, YouTube poll, that Rashford is the guy that's going to struggle, that he's going to get rid of. But then, when it came to picking the team, we did the 11, right?
Yeah.
Everybody had Rashford up front. So make that make sense.
That's what I'm saying.
So I did the thing. So basically, me and Jarvis were counting. Yeah, we're counting how many people. So we say striker, like like Højlund,
Rasmus,
Rashford, Zirkzee, Rashford, like 15, 20 people. You know what I mean? Doing that. So at the end of the day, it's going to be very interesting to see what he does. But for me, the biggest thing is this: I'm not expecting champagne football anytime soon. What I'm expecting is the tangibles. It's the tangible, Saeed. I want to be able to walk in that fucking stadium, Saeed. I want to go in there without them having a trepidation against the likes of fucking West Ham and Portsmouth. Me biting my nails in the way to my fucking seat already, right? I don't want that. What I want is a team that loses the right way. If we're going to lose, we're going to lose football games. Well, right.
How fast do you demand that, though? How fast do you demand that?
No, Saeed, listen, by the end of listen, for me, the biggest thing, what I'm judging Manchester United is how well we keep the ball against the big teams as well. That's a massive judgment for me. It's how well we keep the ball and can we attack the big teams. So I'm judging him on that a year. And because to me, like I said, we wasted time, Eric, and that's why I'm Ineos fucking out. Because they wasted our time. They wasted our time. We could have had a pre-season with Amorim. We could have had the players that he would have wanted. He would have done a lot of different things. And we would have been on that journey right now. So what I'm expecting for Amorim, take me on a journey. Show me something to get behind. I want to come out. I've lost my voice coming out of that stadium because I'm that much engaged in the game other than being bored and wanting to leave, right? So, tangibles, get it right. Let's be compact. If we're going to attack, we attack as a team. If we're going to do a mid-block, we do it as a team. If we're going to do we'll do it as a team. Make sure that there's no gaps. There is no massive spaces. And if we're getting well beaten, stop the bleeding. Stop the fucking bleeding instead of watching it on the sideline, standing there. Change it. If we're getting battered one side,
let me add something as well. Adaptability. That was the biggest thing with Ten Hag, because when Ten Hag first came in, in the first few games, I don't know if you noticed, he was quite adaptable, and I was like, oh, finally, I was gassed. I was like, I'm sick of watching like Jose or somebody just run it to the wheels fall off, but then it just changed after like 3-4 games. So I really want that adaptability. That like, how can we sit here and be like, the amount of options that we've come up with as a collective on here that the manager could have changed in games, and then like just nothing happens, or the stuff that we thought would happen at 85 minutes rather than 60. Do you know what I mean? So Nuruddin, I just want to add that adaptability needs to be there as well, I think.
100%. I think. Listen, there's players out there.
Let me just finish.
Yeah, go on, Karen.
And my final point is this: is that I just want to be able to go on a journey, understanding that I see the tangible improvement of the basics in football with the certain players understanding and knowing. I don't want players looking confused, Saeed. Liverpool game there. I was on a lower east side, and I can see it clearly. Players looking confused, but still doing what the coach asked them. And because majority of football fans don't understand, players are not just doing what they want on the pitch. It's the plan. And unless the manager says, no, change it. And the thing about Amorim is that, yes, I understand, spoke to Danny, like everybody's telling me he's not the guy. And I actually like the fact that he's not the guy to promise us this champagne football. I want you to be pragmatic, but I want you to get the tangibles right. Player improvement, positioning, compactness, in the way we attack, aggressive. Modern football, you have to be able to run. You have to be able to compete physically, right? Physically, you have to be there. That's what I want. Now, by next summer, by maybe 7 or 8 months into next season, if the transfer window goes right, and him and the Ineos agree, then I expect to see development on that game plan for you to show me what you can actually do. And one thing he said about all the interviews that I watched about him, he said he's a younger coach. When we're talking about Pep, it's like, I need to develop. When people are getting stuck on this 3-5, yes, he's going to implement that. He said already he's going to implement that. That's what
he's not a finished article, you know.
And that's what I'm saying to you. That's what I'm saying to you. So this idea, he can evolve as well. We have to be open to that. But the most important thing is, we don't want to come off that pitch looking lackluster. Players confused. I want all of that gone. I need all of the tangibles. Give me the tangibles and show me something for me to get behind. That's my message. Yeah. It's simple. And I don't care which players ball out, Saeed. You know my Luke Shaw. I don't like Luke Shaw. I don't rate Luke Shaw. I rate Bobby Schmurder. That's what he wants to call him, Danny. But I don't care. Malacia aggressive. I like my defenders aggressive. I like footballers.
Shout out to Malacia, by the way.
I like people who are aggressive, So for me, if Luke Shaw's balling out here, you know what I think of Mason Mount? I don't rate Mason Mount. Bruno, the year and a half, it's been abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. But I don't care. What I care about, Manchester United. And I care about that, can I come out of that stadium? Are you doing what the coach has asked you to do? Is there a connection for you? Are you dying for this man on the pitch? That's all that matters to me.
Facts, 100%. I think that that know-how. Yeah, go for it.
People keep saying half of his coaching staff are 40 and up. Yeah, they're not mostly under 30. I keep seeing this. Half of them are definitely over 40. One might be 39. Two of them are like 30 and 29, I think. So
29? Right.
One of them's 29. One of them's 29, one of them's 30. I think one's 30.
That might be the analyst. It's not the analyst.
Yeah, might be the analyst. Most of them, but half of them are definitely over 40. I don't know why people keep saying that. They're all under 30.
Yeah. Listen, as long as you know what to do, man, age ain't a problem. You know what I'm saying? If you know what to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like if you can, do the job, you know what I mean? Age shouldn't be a problem, man. For us, I just want to see that this manager, like, would you want to, what? What are you laughing at?
I'm going to clip you up saying, as long as you can do the job, age ain't a problem. And watch the context I twist.
Man, listen. Come on, man. We need football context, man. It's not live context, bro. Do you know what I mean, man? Come on, guys, man.
That's a big pause, bro. That's a massive pause.
Come on, man. That's not a pause, man. But listen, for me, guys, would you want him to know his starting 11? Let me start off with Rhino. Would you want him to know his starting 11? Or would you want him to be a bit like, 1 week it's this? Because every other team, they're kind of starting 11, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, would you want him to kind of,
I think I definitely would want him to know he's starting 11 because that will show me that he's identified the players he thinks that can play and he's going to start something he can build off. And then when he starts to play more games, he can say, okay, you know what? This guy's not good for left wing back. Let me switch him out. Let me try this person from maybe academy or let me try someone else. So I'll give him time to figure it out. But I think, in my opinion, I want him to know and fix as he goes along till he has the best system possible out of all the players at his disposal. Still,
100%, man.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is the attack, man. I think midfield, we're kind of okay, man. Like, there's no worries for me in midfield and defense. It's that attack, man. That's the issue, guys.
Do you know what it is, Saeed? With all of that, I just feel like he just needs to find the best players that are going to play the best for what he wants to do. It might even be players we don't expect. As long as it works for me, I'm happy. So that's what it is for me.
Yeah, 100%, man.
By the way, don't be shocked if he doesn't dip into the youth as well. Don't be shocked.
No, bro. Listen, we always do that, though, when we're in need of that situation. You know what I'm saying? Big up Reels Lights. Saeed basically wants to see which players can attack and defend. So I think he's looking at which part of our players can do wing back roles. Bro, why is Sky Sports putting Garnacho at wing back, by the way? Like, what's their, like, you know what I mean, bro?
Clue, man.
Like, them man don't have a clue, bro. If Garnacho ain't gonna play no wing back role, man. Let's not do this, bro. Like, he don't have the know-how. He doesn't have, for me, I don't know. I just think that role there, you need to be up and down, bro. Like, you need to be, you know what I'm saying? You need to be able to carry the ball
because
as
they
well.
see him tracking back. They somehow mistake it, thinking he can do the role.
Bro,
it's different,
that's
man.
some sort of lazy analysis, bro. Are you crazy? Yeah. Are you mad? You know what I'm saying? But in terms of Zirkzee and Højlund, Danny, like, what we saying about them two, because, you know what I mean, there's still everybody, even Zirkzee, I don't know if that report is true, by the way, about, you know, him potentially going to Juventus.
They keep running that report. It's weird.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's weird.
It's weird, man. What was that game where Højlund put in a good performance and you thought it was going to click for him? And then since then, particularly that last game, just...
I think it was the second half of Tottenham. Was it Liverpool?
No. I'm talking, he had a good... Was it Brentford? He had a really, really good game.
Yeah, Brentford. I give him that one.
Even me as a Højlund guy, he was pissing me off, bro. Like, last game, I'll be real. He was annoying.
Yeah.
Just when you think it's going to click for him, it doesn't. Zirkzee's had some good cameos, but it's not going to change my mind, bro. The 6 cameos since the Tottenham game been bad from the Zirkzee.
Leicester cameo was good, though.
That's what I just said. His last 2 games, Europa League, he only played 3 minutes, but he did something in that 3 minutes, innit? I don't know. With Amorim, does he see Zirkzee as a striker, or does he see him as one of his 10s? I don't know. If Højlund plays, you know where Højlund's going to play. I see what people are saying when they say Ugarte is the finished version of Højlund. You can literally see it. So will he see his, you know, Ugarte in Højlund? I don't know, bro. I don't know, Saeed.
I think he will, you know.
You're going to start Saeed.
I'm not going to lie to you, Saeed. You're going to see it, Saeed, and you're going to be... Saeed, I promise you, when it clicks, you're going to be singing...
What I do know, but Saeed, what I will say is this, without a shadow of a doubt, the Zirkzee Højlund thing, they both got a ways to go. Give them the season. That's all I'm going to say. I ain't got no agendas, bro. Just give them the season. We'll see what it'll play out. But he's going to have to rely on Bruno. Whether you like that or not, Saeed.
For now, survive. I'll survive one more.
Whether he likes it, and Bruno is going to thrive in that role. For me, it's what he does with Zirkzee, the kind of striker. Rashford don't want to play striker, so I don't care. How we've used Garnacho, we'll see.
Yeah.
But even, I don't know what he's going to do. Is he going to play 2 strikers in the 10? Is he going to play 2 like 10s and a striker? Right. Is he going to play 2 wide players and a striker and do something different? Will he play a false 9? Like me, bro, I'd play Ahmad as a false 9, but I don't think he's going to do that. So I'd be real, but I don't know what he's going to do.
You play Ahmad as a false 9?
Yeah, I would.
Ahmad's built for one of the 10 roles, bro.
But I don't know what he's going to do. I actually don't know what he's going to do.
I feel like Ahmad's built for one of them 10 roles all day.
You know why? Because you know what it is? We need someone else to run.
And I genuinely do think
let me just stand this point structure very quickly. Whatever he does, he'll learn quickly. You'll need someone that runs in behind. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So you need to have either Bruno or Rashford or Højlund in there in some games, one of those 3, if not 2 of them in some matches. Because you can't just play in front of people. We're not good enough to do that, innit?
That's what I'm saying.
It's interesting because, like, when we was breaking down the thing yesterday on Flawless's channel, there was a guy that come on and said he was like, because I don't study these things madly before the manager comes down. You know, people look and they go, like, I've watched all the sporting games and I've read this and I've read that. I just kind of wait to see what they're going to do with the squad. It's nice to get an idea of how the system will work, but from a lot of people, it's different perspectives. Some people are saying that it's going to be the... It was interesting because they were saying basically that the keeper plays out, 2 defenders go left and right of the keeper. The third defender goes into the midfield area, which then pushes one of the 8s or what do you call them? Do you call them 8s? Yeah, into more of an advanced position. So I don't know how true that is. Maybe Danny, you could. I know you look at these things.
Yeah, that's just one though. Like you can do that, and you can
like as a build-up thing. So then it's like some people were saying cool, so they can see Cobby being in that 8 position, but then pushes forward to be a 10. And then other people would say that would nullify having Bruno on the pitch. So it's interesting to see what combination that he comes up with. But I do think Bruno is going to be someone that's going to be in probably one of those 10 positions, to be honest.
It's his boy, man. It's his boy from Portugal, from Sporting, man. Come on.
And
he's not going to do him dirty, man. He's not.
But it's going to be interesting to see who does the wing-back roles as well, because logically for me, it's... I don't know, man. It's either Dallo. I can see Malacia having to come in and playing a role, though. But I don't want to... I'm not really bothered about... Well, Luke Shaw can play that role, but he's going to... play 2-3 games and then
2-3 games and crash out.
So
Yeah. Mazraoui, Mazraoui has to be in there for me personally.
Yeah, Mazraoui. Yeah, as a right wing back, I think Mazraoui can definitely be in there as a right wing back. I think Luke Shaw, like I've been saying, calling for last season, he should be a left-sided centre back. And now that there's 2 other people in and around him, finally we're going to get to see him there in that position. I think it'll really work for him. I think that the left side, we might. The big question is, guys, what's the priority position for all of you? The left wing back, going into the market to get a left wing back, or going into the market to get a striker? Because I think those are the 2 positions. And of course, midfield. Can you believe it? We still need maybe a world-class midfielder.
We have one.
Left wing back for me. And and up front is still maybe the 2 priority positions that we're going to need just proper world class players there.
Danny, who says the world class midfielder?
Casemiro's world class.
He is world class midfielder. I'm glad you said that. He's on fire.
When I heard people say without a world class midfielder, you're indirectly disrespecting my champion, Casemiro.
No, Casemiro is balling right now.
And you know what I like? And it's like he's come back and people are quiet. They're quiet.
They're quiet. I've noticed
he's showing the all-round game, everything.
Because they bought into the lies, that he was the problem. Ten Hag definitely took some legs from him, but like there was too much space, no support. Imagine, Saeed, you keep 2 midfielders together, they do well. Not rocket science.
It's mad, isn't it, Danny? It's crazy. It's mad. But
Casemiro is world class.
I feel like Marcel. I think you're on the money there. Definitely. I feel like if everyone had one player they could choose in January, would it be a left winger or would it be a striker? I'd probably go striker.
Bro, I can't lie to you.
I'd rather outscore teams and be a little bit lacking on one side. Maybe not the
if you got to that situation, I would. I genuinely would. You know, like that's because right now that left hand side, bro. I think there's so many things you can work with that, you know, on that side, bro. But you ain't gonna get Gyökeres in January.
He plays a left footer at right wing back. I was watching Sporting at Atlanta the other day because someone said to me, and I looked like, oh, he's playing a right footer.
He's playing a my man, isn't it?
A left footer at right wing back. He's playing a left footer right.
What? And then the opposite on the other side.
Yeah.
No, upside is but you might not have an issue with Dallo. Was my point. So
okay,
striker. If you can guarantee me a top striker, who's gonna say no? Like always give me a top striker.
Their team, yeah. Let's look at the team that they played against Man City, because that's probably the strongest team that they could have put out there. And guys, by the way, make sure you lot are liking the video, man. Let's get these likes up. Come on, people. Let's get these likes. So this is the team. Quenda, he's left-footed, isn't it? That's the one you're talking about.
Yeah, he's left-footed.
He was the one that was on the right hand side then.
Yeah.
Araujo as well. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he's right-footed as well. He's right-footed, isn't he? Yeah, he's right-footed. So them man were bombing on as if they're almost like wingers, man. It's crazy. You know what I mean? And
is he a winger or a midfielder playing at left wing back? Or is he
he's a winger and a wing back playing in his role. He's a correct role, basically.
But was he a winger before?
He was almost like a winger / fullback, like both. I can't lie to you. Can't lie to both. Both the same. Both the same, bro.
Yeah, just because, you know, Sky Sports keep putting Garnacho at left wing back, innit?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's wild. It's wild.
Yeah, he's a winger, but the thing is, though, he's almost like a winger, yeah. But this guy's a hard worker, though, man. I watched him in the World Cup, though. I don't know if Garnacho, you can give him that responsibility so young. You know, I don't know, what, 24, 25?
All I would say is there's this myth here. See, in the Premier League, yeah. If you whether you like it or not, somebody's gonna make you play like a back five. It's gonna happen, especially away from home. Like your wing backs will have to defend in the Prem. There's no way around that, innit? So
facts.
The Garnacho thing, that's a whole new learning curve for him if you put him in that position, isn't it? I think the manager he'd be wasting valuable time, in my opinion.
Yeah, I do. I feel like he's not got the awareness to do both, like, and to switch between. He's a nightmare. Like, do you know what I mean?
Nah, he's definitely Garnacho's definitely playing in the left forward or right forward role. It's just competition for places, which is always healthy. It's a squad game.
He's playing in like one of the 10 positions.
That's what he's gonna have to learn.
I don't even like that. I don't even like that, to be honest with you. But you got to squeeze.
He's gonna have to learn it. It's going to be quick 1-2 passes when they're close together and in close proximity. It's going to be quick passes. He's going to have to learn that game. It's going to
I saw you could play left forward and right forward in this system as well, though.
Yeah, he
might play as a forward.
Man. It's going to be
he's holding
60 plus games
that we're
going to be playing if we're going into the end of competitions. So there's going to be plenty of competition for places. He's going to have to show that he's good enough. I can't see him. No way he's going to be playing left and right wing back. That don't make no sense to me.
He's definitely playing wing back.
I feel like he's better. I'd rather see him in wing back than one of them 10s. I'll be real. Yeah. But even that's horrible. Both scenarios.
He's definitely playing wing back.
I don't think he's playing wing back.
But the thing is, though, Double A does make a comment there. The system is. I'm not saying it's like the way you were saying, Danny, in terms of players that don't play in their wing back role. They kind of drift everywhere. Like these 2 10s, like Trincao, they're getting the ball from deep, then they go attack. Like everything's interchanging, bro. You get me? Like they're not like your rigid formation where everyone's
Saeed, if you try and do that in the Premier League with your positional rotations, you'll learn what Ten Hag learned. Yeah, he'll learn quickly.
Yeah, but then you know what I mean. I don't think we could be tactical in that. You know,
I feel like we need to
be a bit more. You know,
well, Mandem, quick question. Shout out to all the Mandem. Quick question. You see the players that he's playing with now at Sporting. If they were the wing backs that you guys are talking about, because I was tuned in. If they were playing at United now, what position would they play?
What position do they play?
Under the same manager or previous manager?
No, like if they're under the previous manager, to show you where our players are going to play. If those wing backs were playing at United, would they be playing in Shaw's position and Delos's position, or would they be playing in Ahmad's position and Garnacho's position?
It depends.
That's why I asked Saeed if the guy was a winger before, because I don't.
Yeah,
this one saying these guys are wingers because I don't think his wing backs are. I think they attack first and defend second, rather than defend first and attack second. So I look at them as wingers in that position. So I don't see us playing like it's not a back 5; it's a back 3 with 4 central midfielders. Your wingers are just starting off in midfield rather than ahead of the play.
I get what you're saying, but the point I was making is the Premier League teams will make you play like a back 5.
Yeah, but those Premier League teams, respectfully, and that's the problem. We shouldn't be playing like out of the 20 teams. There should be about 4 teams that make us do that. The other 15, 16 teams, we shouldn't be going there having to play a back 5. We shouldn't be going Palace and playing a back 5. We shouldn't be going Brighton.
This is the problem.
It's not playing a back 5.
It's not playing a back 5.
They'll force you to. So
no, but what he said, I agree with. I agree with what he's saying. If you go to a City might force you to go into like a back 5 because of how they're pressing you. But what I'm saying is, more often than not, we should be going to teams and implementing our style of play on them and not having to be that deep.
Danny might be on about different patterns of play within the game, but it translates
away from home.
Because none of these wing backs are defenders.
No, Musa, he does have some alternatives. Musa, he does have some alternatives. There's been games in that.
Someone told me he's got like 6 wingers in his team. He has 6 wingers.
Yeah, so the point I'm trying to make, some of them are more defensive, some of them are more attacking. Now at home, because
but I say the problem is none of them are defensive to the level of a left back and a right back asked to play wing back.
Not the ones that he's been playing recently. No,
no one. So that's what I'm saying. So when we're talking about Luke Shaw playing wing back, he doesn't have a Luke Shaw playing wing back. He doesn't have a left back playing wing back.
Mostly you're cutting out.
I know what you mean.
Put the headphones
your mic's a bit crackly,
Okay, let me jump on. I'm going to be indoors in 5 minutes. I'll give you
Do you know
when you said that? No, I was just going to ask you a question. You know, when you said that teams will force you to become a back 5, is it because they will read you and just overload in their merit?
Yeah.
So if a team builds with a 4-2-4, what do you think happens? You stay as a back 3.
There's a back three, yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's a back three.
You know, there's a back three if a team builds in a 4-2-4. Do you know what I'm saying to you? If another team builds in a 3-2-5, like we want to build in a 3-2-5, what are you going to do? Stay as a back three?
No.
If they go long with the second ball, what do you think happens to your wing backs?
Yeah.
They don't have to play through you. Let them go long, switch a diagonal, recycle the ball.
And then all of a sudden you're on the back foot, yeah.
So I'm talking tactically. Away from home, teams in the Premier League.
It's going to be a struggle, yeah.
Oh, just watching Atalanta, they ended up as a back five a lot in that game. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Like, it can't. So it's not intentional. You can set up 3-4-3. Let's attack. The opposition make adjustments and play in a way that puts you in a back five, and you don't want to be in a back five. So if you've got
the best way to judge this, and he's had actually a lot of success with it, is you look at Nuno at Nottingham Forest.
Yeah,
he's been doing well. They've started the season well, but in some of the games,
and who played for Nuno?
Exactly.
Wasn't it Trincao?
Yes, exactly. So when you look, for me, that's why I said. I looked at Nottingham Forest. I said, if he goes with this system, at times we're going to mirror Nottingham Forest. I know that sounds mad, but Nuno got Wolves into fucking Europe 2 consecutive times to play in that type of football. Till they had to sell their best players and then move out. So even though he's slightly more defensive-minded, even though the way he sets up, they ball out. Nottingham Forest ball out. So for me, at times, yes, because it's just by nature. And especially if you're winning a game away from home and the other team gets the identity, the crowd is up, they're all going for it. Yes, those wing backs are going to have to be forced back. But it's what you do when you win the ball back. How you transition out of that. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, it's really simple. It's not even about. It's at the end of the day, the wing backs are gonna have the hardest job in the team. They're gonna have to, when we're overloaded, they're gonna have to come in as a back five. And then when we're trying to pin teams back and retain the ball, they're gonna be part in the forward line.
I want man exposed, you know. I want man exposed.
I was just going to say that, Saeed. It might be a blessing that you come to the end of the season and you're like, you can't fit within this system.
You can't put square pegs in round holes.
You can't hide.
So you know what? You know what I mean? Certain man get exposed. You know what I mean? If it's like generally, if it's a tough season, to the end of the season, but it means certain man are out of the team and they get sold, I'm with it, man. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, bro, I'm sick and tired of one way or the other. We either get through it, and it's a false dawn, and then we get exposed next season. Or you know what? It crashes, and then next season we get rid of the players that we need to get rid of, and then it's a clean slate next season. It's one or the other, because he's gonna have to learn the hard way, Amorim, or he's gonna have to learn. You know what? I'm just gonna say you're out of the team because you don't fit my system. And if he does that,
let me make a prediction now.
Fair play.
If he plays wingers as wing backs, we try to play quickly, we lose the ball. Opposition attack down the left. Defense have to shift over to our right side. And the wing back has to get back and get natural, not getting back goal at the back post. You'll see stuff like that. When you watch them lose the football, their wing backs have to recover. It's just the reality. It's just the reality of playing with a back three, innit? I wanted to ask Rhino a question, if I can, Saeed, innit? Very quickly. Do you think Kobe plays as a central midfielder or as a 10 under Amorim?
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I don't think he has the legs, man, for central midfield.
I think he can play both, by the way.
You mean what I would prefer, or what I think Ruben would do?
You can answer both, bro. Like, just
you can ask.
Kobe's better up front for me in terms of like just being that kind of link man and just breaking the lines and that. So I prefer him up front still, and he can score goals as well when we need to. But the only problem with that, if we're playing like a false nine and he has to be in behind, he might be slow. So I don't know. It's mad. I don't know if he's going to be like a glue or if I don't know. I prefer him up front though.
He's got
better attacking qualities, but he can defend quite well as well. There's a lot of times he breaks the play and he wins the ball for us, and we start a turnover. So I don't know. I don't know
what it is. Yeah. You know what it depends on? It depends on who the person is playing next to him in that deeper midfield role or the 10. That's really the question, isn't it?
The system, innit? Yeah. What do you think, though? What do you think?
You know what it is for me? Yeah? Like, listen, Kobe's only weakness for me is when we have to defend. I don't think he has the legs for me. I've seen it like
in space, like where he's tracking back and stuff.
Tracking back, he's not like a powerful runner. You see how Onana. You see Onana. You watch Onana, innit? He is a powerful runner, like going backwards. Even Ugarte for me as well. Like he can sprint back. Yeah, Kobe can't sprint back. He can do the bit. He can defend, and he can actually go in and be aggressive and get the ball off you. But I just think sometimes he lacks that a bit of mobility in that aspect. But in terms of in the tight spaces, though, what to play in the tight spaces, bro? Like generally, like one touch, give and go.
Here's why I disagree with you guys, yeah? It's the situations that the managers put you in. So the reason why people want Kobe as a 10, because they think about the best situations for a 10, where you're facing forward and you can dribble past people. A 10 spends most of his time facing his midfielders. He does not spend most of his time facing forward. So
back to go. Do
you know what I'm saying to you? So I don't think he has the movement to find the space as a 10. So he has to rely on others finding
how he plays at England. At England, he kind of plays more central, like in the midfield.
He plays deeper, which is tricky.
Yeah.
And I don't think people appreciate. I don't know if he's got that thing for the final third yet. I think he's got everything else in the finish. But the passing and all of that in the final third, people don't understand it's different. You see Mazraoui in link up, beautiful, right? You saw him as a 10, doesn't have the pass.
No chance.
It's a different thing. I'm not saying Kobe's like Mazraoui. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
The point I want to make is I think he can get better.
Let me just land this structure. I want to see this boy coach as a midfielder, as a central midfielder.
What, further back?
No, not further back, just as a central midfielder.
Just like a cultured midfielder, basically.
Just as a simple central midfielder.
Number 8.
In Amorim's system, his CM can get forward because you've got a back 3. And he's closer to the other midfield, and they play as a 5 and build play. So I'd like to Kobe developed in that way, innit? But
so then you want him to replace basically Casemiro, because Casemiro is that central midfielder that can go up a little bit more, and he's got the protection and the 6 behind him.
I don't think we can put him in one box,
get to a stage where he replaces Casemiro.
I just want to say this: it's a bit of PTSD.
For me, but also, do you actually need Ugarte every week when you're playing with the back 3, especially at Old Trafford? No, you don't.
Facts.
I'm talking about the role. The player role would be a 6. A 6 that kind of protects your back 3, and then an 8 that's allowed to push. They both start as the 8 positions, but the role of Ugarte is more the 6 that protects your back 3, and then your 8, who Casemiro is currently playing this role.
I just want to say this.
Kobe's going to be that 8 role.
I just want to get this point in. Having watched the midfield, the level of demands that he can ask for those 2, the 6 and the number 8, is a lot of covering of spaces, people. I'm not going to lie to you. Especially when they lose the ball up the pitch. Those 2 have to work extremely hard. And that's why I'm saying about Casemiro. I don't know if he's got the legs to be able to get around the football pitch the way that Amorim likes it. No, of course, he's not going to just demand that of him. It's going to be time. And I don't know, unless you bring him in, you take him out, you develop him, because I still 100% believe that he needs developmental. He needs a developmental, and he can't be overplayed, Kobe. So I think that's the only way that you can coach him as a number 8 or as a number 10. Because I've seen him do it for the youth team. We watched it. Me and Saeed have been the same. We watched him at times being put on as a number 6. And this is a youth team. Yeah, I understand that. So you take it with a pinch of salt. As the number 6 to bring the ball out, and as the number 8 box to box. And then as the number 10 when they were losing in games or they're down, he goes up further the pitch. At the end of the day, it's about the developmental, and that is what we're looking for. That's what tangibles, that's what I'm talking about. But in terms of the demands, Saeed, you said it very casually, like, oh, we're all right in midfield. I don't think we are, bro. I genuinely don't think we are.
No,
I think the demands that have been put.
No, I'm saying
at the moment, lack of goals. Yeah. At the lack of goals.
Based on what you're saying, on paper, we only have one midfielder suited to that. Then.
Yeah. For what I'm saying, for the work that he demands, and you watch it, and I looked at the other teams, So I looked at Atlanta, and I looked at Leverkusen, and I looked at the 2, Shaka and my other guy, Palacios. Yeah. So I looked at them, and the level of work and the physicality, the input to play in that system when they're losing the ball and when teams are on transition on them, is a lot. So
but it's no different than the 4-2-3-1 structure. It's no different.
Yeah, but this offers more because obviously you got that 3 at the back, but still, it's about the compactness. If the spaces appear,
I disagree. I tell you why I disagree to an extent. It depends on the situation, innit? So I'm saying to you. So one thing I've seen a lot of people highlight, when he's pressing with a 2, that's the sense that Ten Hag didn't have. You see his 3, right? Yeah. The one who's wide, the 2 will shift over together. They stay together, which I think that's good for Kobe structure. Because you know what Ten Hag did? He liked to split them and lead them.
He left them alone. That's what
I'm saying to you. So what he will do when they're pressing, the 2 stay together. They'll shift to the left, and the ball goes to that side. Yeah. And then the wide midfielder will just come make a midfield 3. So he does things, in my opinion, based on what I've seen other people do threads on, and tactically shows that he actually knows how to cover space with other players.
100%.
Rather than just have his midfielders all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, 100%. But there are times, like I said to you, he demands of the physical. The 2 people, the 2 wing backs, right? And the two central midfielders, there is a demand on them. He expects, that's everything that I'm reading, right? The article, he demands a lot of physical output from those.
Yeah, he does. He demands
I don't know, man. You see the Danish boy with a similar name to Højlund. He's not a physical player.
Holman.
No. He gets around the pitch.
He's not a physical player.
Yeah, but it might be work rate.
What's his stat in terms of like running stats? You know what I mean? Let me try and find out now.
And he's not Premier League standard of physicality. I tell you that for free.
Yeah.
No, because they don't play that type of football in Portugal.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah, exactly
Structure.
as well. Exactly.
You know, I just remembered Lindelof was considered physical in Portugal. Don't forget.
Exactly.
So,
that's going to be interesting to see what happens to Lindelof, his former teammate.
Yeah, he can play the back three. He's going to play the back three.
He played against Casemiro. He played against Eriksen.
As long as
this guy played against a lot of these guys, you know, the older ones.
As long as one of them guys goes by the end of the season, ideally Maguire, then I think we're in a good position. Even if we replace and Lindelof goes the season after, but with the Kobe thing, I think it's just a case of we definitely have to create a midfield or a build up and a way that we progress up the pitch where players are closer together. Whether that's the two deeper midfielders and then the 10s and stuff like that, or however this thing works, yeah. Because there's been way too many spaces with build up with Ten Hag system. It's been ridiculous because I feel like that's going to create the confidence that we need moving forward anyway. Because like players who are unconfident, playing in huge amounts of space, having to make passes, and if the pass doesn't come off, then we can't make the attack, and then we just need that comfortability to be actually put our foot on the ball and work within a system where they feel like they can progress it at a steady rate as well as a fast rate. Because like we've all seen it, haven't we? Like our players are not comfortable on the ball. Like we literally worry when they're on the ball for like longer than a few minutes, innit? Like when was the last time that we've done like 10, 20, 30 passes in a row? It just doesn't happen, does it?
It looks shaky, bro.
It's just so shaky, man. Do you know what I mean? So
what about Collier? You man rating Collier? Maybe
the good thing is, Saeed, man, we get to see who kind of fits. I'm not saying they're going to fit perfectly, but who kind of works till the end of the season. Like I said yesterday when I was talking to Flawless, this is like Liverpool's first season all over again. Remember when they didn't have all of the perfect shapes to fit in all the places, but they kind of Klopp made the system work. And then you could kind of see at the end of the season what they needed to buy. I'm cool with that this season. I'm cool to get to the end of the season and be like, the system kind of works. These guys don't work within it. Replace. I'm cool with that because some of them are really going to struggle. Danny's right, man. Like some of the things he's throwing out about like who's going to play in the 10, who's going to play out wide. Like some of these players are really, 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 really going to struggle. Like especially the wingers. I'm thinking now, like I actually asked Marcel because he was talking about wingers. Who do you think would actually be able to play the wing back system out of who we've got, and who do you think is going to really struggle?
Oh well, Mazwari can definitely play it. Delo will be able to play it. I don't think Luke Shaw will, but he can play it because, you know, he's played, you know, the attacking side of the game, but he just hasn't got the legs. The up and down demands is just going to be too much for him. So he has to play left-sided centre-back, like I said before. I think Malacia could play it, but not well. I just don't think he'll be able to play it well, but he can play it. He's an aggressive, physical player. None of our wingers should or would be able to play it, I don't think. Maybe Ahmad, but I'd be forcing him in a position where he's very much proficient in the right forward area of the pitch.
Can I say something mad, Marcel? I feel like Anthony's going to be one of the best fits for a wing back.
Yep.
Out of all of what we've got. It sounds mad, but he's
the ball carrier.
He loves the ball carrier, and he actually protects the ball.
I don't know if Anthony can carry the ball.
Danny, don't misread me. I'm not saying he's going to do worldy stuff.
I think he can.
He's not going to do nothing really going forward.
Oh, no. I'm one of the rare people that actually think Anthony's a decent football player. You just don't.
Yeah, he's all right. He's not bad. He's not worth 90 million, but he's all right.
Do you know what it is? Bro, he won't stay fit. The guy's brittle. The guy was screaming. The guy was acting like he broke his. He did his Achilles.
I can remember that.
And it was a sprained ankle.
Yeah, that was crazy.
He ain't good for the league. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I think Harry Amas will be a really good surprise.
I was going to say, what about Amos? Yeah, would Amos?
Yeah, definitely, Rhino. I think he's going to be a huge surprise for us. But I just wouldn't want to put Garnacho there. I think Garnacho's mindset is so forward-thinking. He's going to have to adapt. You know, it's a squad game. So I'm happy to see him not play for 5 or 6 games at 20 years of age, 10 games at 20 years of age. And then when he gets his chance to come in and replace Bruno when Bruno needs a break, you go in at left forward. Or when Ahmad needs a break after 8 or so games, you go in at right forward. You're going to have to prove yourself and prove the level. You're not guaranteed minutes here. And it's not about the starting 11 at this football club. We need 22 players that are hungry and competing.
Ready and available.
ready
You
and
look at Man
available.
City squad, yeah. You know,
So wait, just one thing. So you think Ahmad would play? I think Ahmad's kind of wasted as a wing back, you know.
100%.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
100%
Yeah, like I said, I don't think he'll play wing back. I think it wouldn't make sense for us
He
to do
can't
that.
play there though.
You think
Nah,
no,
I think
I don't
he's
think
the
that's a
only
good
one
strength
that
for
can
him
play there.
still. I don't think that's a good strength for him still.
No, it's not good strength, man.
Certain
You know
players
what's
will
techie, like, I don't want to see him do this, yeah, but he's going to upset some of these. There's not enough spaces for these. There's not
There
enough
isn't.
spaces.
Oh, there's not enough space, bro. If it was a 4-2-3-1, yeah, that
Like,
man could have a lot of space.
His first
lot of
big
time.
challenge is man management.
Mm.
That is his first big and if he
And that's
benches
what's supposed to be
Rashford,
With who? Name the
And-
names.
with the
Who?
forward line players.
So first and
Garnacho could get
foremost,
sold. Rashford could get sold. Zirkzee could get sold. Bearman could get sold. Garnacho could be gone next season.
okay, but
because-
Marcel, he has to get through the season.
Yeah.
Season.
Yeah.
Without
That's
pissing
what I'm
anyone
So
off.
you have to
Without
go
pissing anyone off.
from November to May with some.
That's a long
upset
time, you know,
football,
guys,
with
man.
some
Remember,
upset
Marcel, he's got a
football
broke
players.
It's a
billionaire.
long time,
He's got
man.
a broke ass billionaire. So he's got to Cody model them.
And
Like,
structure,
manager at this
structure.
fucking
Guess
football
what?
club.
I'm happy this is happening because you need to be tested at this football club. We'll learn this season when he upsets certain people. But to be fair, Ten Hag passed that test and it didn't work out. I'm talking shit.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
I'm talking.
No,
You
but
never
who did
know,
he piss
but-
off? Who did he piss off?
Ronaldo.
Oh, yeah. Casemiro, Varane. Yeah, certain man, yeah.
He
But at the
pissed off
time,
Varane.
though, apparently-
Yeah, man,
Stop
played.
fucking
Yeah,
Varane.
man.
Chris Varane off. How?
Are you
Yeah, how?
fucking
You know what's
kidding me?
mad, guys? This Ten Hag, by the way, everyone's written bye-byes to Van Nistelrooy, but
Oh,
no
I
one's
don't
written anything for Ten Hag, you know. It's mad, you know. I've noticed.
Right,
like,
they're right. Lissandro, Kobe.
Kobe,
I'm sure,
but then Kobe.
like-
Did you see Kobe's comments today, though?
yeah,
Kobe's
he said
comments
that
today.
about
There's
it.
someone
Oh,
posted
yeah.
today.
So got the trophy thing, innit?
Yeah. This one here. Big up to Killers. He said, a trophy brings hope, but definitely didn't make the season success. Kobe Mainoo.
Oh.
Bro, shots fired, man.
Yeah, because he knows. Listen, he knows what he's watching. You know, Kobe's intelligent. Son. He's watched the game back and gone, "Why the fuck have you making me look like a donkey?
Yeah,
Why am
wallahi,
I
it's
running
true,
about
though.
like a donkey?"
He's not a 6, man. I keep telling you, man. He didn't want to play 6 wrong, man. He sees himself as a 10. He wants to be in the 10, guys, man. Let's be
I'll
honest.
just say this. Listen, you see the people. Martinez said goodbye to him. Rasmus, I think, a couple of others. Rashford didn't. And you know what?
Yeah.
Casemiro didn't.
You know, Casemiro didn't.
Casemiro
Actually,
didn't.
Casemiro came out taking shots, saying, "Yeah, I look bad in Liverpool. Yeah, was it just only me? Like, yeah." So I was like,
Casemiro
I
hugging Ruben, that is
listen,
crazy.
if I see Casemiro on the street, I'll be like, "Listen, I'm all over YouTube telling everybody that it wasn't just you, my
That
friend.
reminds me.
It
Structure.
wasn't just you."
Structure. I've got a mission for you. Find Amorim's cycling route, the same way you found Ten Hag's cycling route. Yeah? And please warn this guy about Luke Shaw. Yeah?
Yeah.
Warn this man about Luke Shaw. Do not let
Do
this
not
guy
gamble
finesse
anything
you.
on that.
No matter
Yo.
how he performs this season, sell him in the summer. Yeah?
Bro.
But
Listen, all he has
it's
to
also
do-
the fan
you know
base,
what?
though, man. It's the fan
All
base.
he
Luke
has to do is go
Shaw,
and speak
Roberto
to-
Carlos, and all of that, man. You know what the fan
Listen,
base is like, man.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. He doesn't even need me. He just needs to go and have a word with Jose. Just ring Jose. That's his mentor. That's what he says.
You know what? That's a shout, you know. Jose
That's what he
Mourinho.
Wow.
Good
Just
point.
Jose, just
Jose
ring
Mourinho might call him, you know, and say, "Yo, listen, don't let these guys get away with it,
Yeah,
man."
That's his-
You know what I mean?
He was doing his internship at Old Trafford and Carrington. He
I
was
know,
there.
I see the
So,
photo. I see the
he
photo.
saw this with Luke Shaw. He saw this already. People think that some of these players he knows, like Rashford, he knows. Luke Shaw, he knows already. People are like, oh, he don't know these. He knows these guys.
Yeah.
He knows Luke Shaw. 100%.
You know-
He's definitely
yeah.
studied. Yeah,
But
Danny,
like, guys, we have to also.
Danny, I was going to ask you.
Yeah, go
a
for it,
question,
go on,
Danny. Mason Mount. What do you think he'll do with Mason Mount?
Oh man.
I said at the start of the season, Mason Mount has one job. He's not playing well. He's not adapting to a
Stay fit.
position. Exactly.
Staying fit, yeah.
That's
You
it.
know what? That's true, you know, man.
Anything else is him playing bad is a bonus. You realize this, right?
Nah, that's a violation,
But
man.
do you guys listen? Do you guys?
That's a
know that,
violation, you
listen,
know.
He's not fit.
You guys know
It's
that.
true.
Like, I thought he was
How
gonna get
long?
injured when
How
he
long
came
is
on
he
the other
staying
day.
fit? Do we know us? Like, do we know like?
He must
a
be here for a
period?
check, man.
Let me check his injury
No,
record.
Saeed, but
because-
do you know that? Saeed, do you know that apparently he's got something that can't be fixed? Yeah, a hip problem, and he's always going to get injured. You know that?
Okay. Was that something they could have found
Ah,
before they got
nobody
him in,
knows
though?
that, nobody knows that. You
Of
know what I'm
course
saying?
they could have
Saeed.
Rhino. They
Saeed,
could have
I
found
know
him
that's
out
the-
before.
football clubs
Saeed,
ignore
that's the
medical
rumors.
all the time,
Trust
bro.
me. That's the rumors.
What
I heard it
rumors
through
is
the
where you
grapevine,
find
bro.
that must sign news?
Bro, There's something
Structure's got the
fundamental
plug,
with his
man.
hip. He's always going to be injured. Yo,
Nuruddin's got inside information. He's got inside information.
That's the barbershop, bro. That's the barbershop.
That's the barbershop talk, Nuruddin, man.
That's the barbershop, bro.
So, okay, let me look at his injuries now, yeah. So, when he came into the football club, he's already injured, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Then he was available from September all the way till November. So that was a good, 2 months there available. Then he got injured again. Then was out till March. Bloody hell, man, that's crazy. And then from March, he was available all summer until August. But also, was he playing last summer towards the end, guys? Does anybody know?
I can't remember the last time he was playing.
Yeah.
No, but towards the end of the season, when we were like in free fall, yeah, was he playing games, guys?
No, I don't remember him. Because those are the games we played. We played Chelsea.
I think
is that when we
missed
played
more
Chelsea
games
and
than that as
Fulham?
Yeah, he's definitely missed more games than that.
He's missed more games than that.
I can't remember him.
See, I don't remember. That's what I'm saying, guys. Let me know in the chat, man. If you see,
listen, look, tactically,
Brighton, towards the end of the season, Newcastle, Brighton, all these
in
games.
all seriousness,
I don't know.
Tactically, he's played this system before. He's played left and right in the system under Tuchel. Did well
under Tuchel, yeah.
But you just can't stay fit, bro. That's just the issue.
Let me ask you a question, yeah. This is very, very difficult for me, yeah. But
I will never understand why we bought him. By the way,
no. For me, yeah, I've trashed Mason Mount a lot, yeah. But if Amorim could get him in the system, he actually would suit that system more than a lot of players because he's like a wing fielder. Shout out to Griggs. He's not a winger, but he's not a midfielder. And he's not 10, and he's not
plays
an 8.
in that corner. It's like he plays
in the corner.
Yeah,
so I'm not gonna lie to you. Left forward. So
kind of.
As much as I'm gonna crash on him, yeah. I actually think if there's a system that probably suits him, it's probably this system here. And it sounds crazy to say it, guys.
It's not crazy. It's facts. His career, his highlights are in this system.
Yeah. When he played at Chelsea, right? He was playing in the wide positions, wasn't he?
3-4-3. Wide.
Tuchel.
On the Tuchel, yeah. On the Tuchel.
Champions League final. Champions League final, I think he scores a goal from this arena.
But here's the thing, Saeed, that Man United fans need to understand, even if he gets back to what he was, there's still a problem with the player. Chelsea fans will tell you what the problem is. So
yeah,
you know what I mean.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of you might laugh at it, but apparently he's got serious hip problem, and the cause is all of the different type of injuries that he's got. You heard it here first.
But bro, you know what, man? Listen, my shout out all type of injuries, but you have to get fit, and the fans were demanding you just have to get fit.
But the face don't fit in it. The pressure's not on with Luke Shaw, is it? The face.
Someone said there was a report coming out of a club saying that it's down to the physios and that the private physios that they go into. Maybe they're doing some sort of different rehab to the ones that they're doing with United.
Well, first of all, I would put a stop.
Someone said that online.
A proper football club would put a stop to that, right?
No, but they can't. They can't. No, they can't.
No, they can. Yes, they can, Saeed. They can. Because at the end of the day, you've got a contract with a football club. Literally, you've got the contract with the football club. Saeed, none of them can come and have a kick with me. Any of them can come to Picks or anything like that to have a kick with the lads because they're not insured.
No, it's not bad. I'm saying physios.
Yeah, to be touched by somebody. And masseuses are different. But a physio is totally, because I told you for years it's been shambles and some players are looking elsewhere. But now that we've got a football structure, Ineos fucking fraud watch, yeah? Master, are you listening? Right? So it's on them now. They need to build that department. That department needs to be built.
Let's talk candidly. They need to put him on a steroid program. Let's be absolutely blunt about it. Yeah?
No, they inhale. Dodgy Davis already there, man. Listen,
that's what he needs to go do. He needs to go Germany. You know, there's the secret place in Germany. You have to be recommended. You go there, and they sort your problems out. This is
everyone goes to Germany, though, isn't it?
In China as well. You know that Diego Dalot used to get a lot of injuries, and then he went to China.
Kobe Bryant went there after a knee injury. That's why he played an extra 2 years because he went to Germany.
Do what Ryan Giggs does, man. Do a bit of yoga, man.
Yoga. I was about to say, I'll say this on it. There's Real Madrid's physio called Pontus, I think it is, who's a world-class physio and fitness trainer.
Italian guy.
The Italian guy.
I'm not sure about now, though. They got injuries, man.
And then there's an Asian guy that talks about the fascia and building the body and stuff like that, like the connective tissue within the muscles and stuff like that, which is really important. So I would advise Mason Mount to go that direction, build the fascia.
You know what it is, Marcel? They need to get better
physios. And listen to Modric. Modric has an excellent training program. Modric is a longevity king in this game.
He needs to spend millions on his body. If you care. Simple as that. But some players, they just leave it to the football club and that's it, innit? But sometimes it's not. Sometimes you need to think outside of the box and go the extra mile if you want to get fit, innit? That's just the reality.
They need to get on a Dr. Sebi tip, man.
Funny enough,
They need to go to Ecuador, Honduras. They need to go to Honduras, man.
Structure, remember when Robin was at Madrid, the lengths they went to, they didn't get it right, but they tried everything over there. They went to the point of telling Robin at one point, Structure, it's the way that you run. They were thinking of everything. The way that you run is what's getting you interchanged. They were trying everything. Goes to Bayern, fit.
Yeah, facts.
How that happened?
Let me get these super chats. Guys, there's 2.3k in the building. I don't know if we've passed 1,000 likes, but please get them 1,000 likes. Big up to VSG, says big up Danny. He's always calm, speaks sense, and logical with his analysis. Best panelist. Hopefully Amorim gets playing well straight away. Big up VSG1. Like Mike says, am I the only one who feels this is going to be different? I hope so, my brother. Saeed, why are you Man United fans so taken up by Arsenal and sacking Arteta? You and KG, Ten Hag just left. Listen, you can keep him. It's up to you. I was actually trying to help you with Babs yesterday, and you see the comments. So listen, it is what it is. MDRI summarizes, big up Saeed and the panel, always bringing the United fire. Big up to you, my friend. Noted is correct, says Josh Waring. Mason Mount will have chronic pelvic bone issue indefinitely. Right, Josh Waring with the analysis. MDRI summarizes everything we know about Mount and Shaw is that from 2 seasons ago, time passes these players by, and we have to realize this and move these lads on. Big up the panel. You know, in terms of intensity, yeah, like, do you believe that this team is geared up to intensity? No. You know, like as it, and I mean like running for like, not saying for 90 minutes, but who's a team in the Premier League that runs with intensity? And Newcastle, Bournemouth,
physical. Physical.
You know, Brighton. I think for me, they do well in their pressing. And, you're like, how far are we from behind in terms of peak conditioning? You know when they say peak conditioning, guys? Yeah, like, do you reckon we're far away from that? Or
we saw it with Ranić after 45 minutes. They were like, nah.
Tottenham as well, to be fair. Tottenham.
Ten Hag tried to get them there. Ten Hag tried to get them there. Ranić tried it. None of them have the robustness required to be able to put their body through that preparation.
But to me, though, to be fair, listen, there's not a massive expectation of Amorim right now, guys. So he can build it slowly. There are things that you can do to cover that bit up. You can do things as a coach, set the team up in a certain way where they don't have to have that loads of physical output. And actually, one thing about him, if you watch the thing up with Sporting, he makes substitutions a lot of the time. He changes 5 players. He makes use of his substitutions. He doesn't wait around. So it's going to be interesting. But to me, that's a gradual thing, Saeed. That's a gradual thing that you go to build. Or he might just go do it now, and then in 3 months' time, you might get the benefit from, but there's going to be a lot of injuries towards that.
I'm going to say something foul. I don't care. I think Ten Hag ran his man into the ground. I think Eric Ten Hag's one of those managers. If you're old school, you used to have them coaches who thought the only way you could make gains is if you threw up. You had to be sick. If you weren't sick, you weren't making gains. You didn't train hard enough. Ten Hag was one of those man. I think after 3 to 4 months, if Amorim is not like him, you'll see the players benefit physically side. That's people can say I'm crazy, it's an agenda, it's not. That's genuinely what I think, bro. Structure, I argued it first season. Me and Structure had to argue. I had to put my hands up. Structure, you were right. I had to put my hands up. Structure said, you're going to see the following season, watch all this football, the way he trains, not rotating, is going to catch up with these players next season. Structure, if we get trophies, who cares? The following season, I had to admit I was wrong, bro. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So I think that's a factor. Number 2, I don't rate coaches that think pressing is about intensity mainly. You need to be positionally intelligent and understand how you cover space.
That's it.
If you just rely on when you rely on intensity and athleticism, you're using the players' legs and bodies to make up for your positional deficiencies. That's what I believe. You should be efficient in how you press and basically you set the trap with intelligence, then you're intense. It's not run.
It's 5 yards. It's 5 yards.
Man think that you have to run. All that fan base and top heads think it's like pressing for 90 minutes, running like no, bro. You be intelligent. You conserve your energy. You have points in the game where you chill for a bit, 5-10 minutes, rest, be intelligent, set more traps, then go again with intensity. It's how you manage the game, bro. It's not run.
Strategic, isn't it? Yeah.
The biggest thing is that, to be fair, the best pressing teams is a 5-year burst. It's a 5-yard burst. It's not like Hog. That's why it kills me when I see Bruno run from the halfway line to close the goalkeeper.
Ireland does that sometimes
You're
as well.
jumping out of position,
bro.
You're jumping
but
out
also,
of position and actually causing us more damage than help. But yeah.
But also,
spot on, Danny. Spot on.
Yeah, 100%. But also running for the sake of running. I don't know. Oh yeah, they will. MDRI Samurai speaking my mind right here. He said running for the sake of running without guidance is what we had with the ball fraud. Amorim is much better about direction and guidance in regards to player runs. Spot on, bro. And big up Josh Ware says Paul Barrera is Amorim's sports scientist. He was 11 medical publications. He wrote the thesis on how to prevent hamstring injuries in the Premier League. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Bro,
One of them was at Arsenal.
Certified.
That guy, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that guy was at Arsenal. If I'm not mistaken, he was at one of them was at Arsenal. The biggest thing for me is not even like it's you don't do those crazy recoveries. But the one thing I would say about Amorim, he does like ball carriers.
Yeah.
So ball carrying can cause. I'm just saying to you, it's not just the impact; it can cause impact. He does like even in striker. You know, you want Gorka carries the ball, runs.
Yeah.
And carrying the ball is more important than doing the man. But he does demand of the two midfielders, though. Trust me, guys. Hopefully, you'll have better tightening in terms of the wing backs and that. And by the way, one of the only wing backs, one of them attacks really. Do we know that we spoke about that? One of them is more forward in the way they set up. One of them is slightly holds the position.
Okay.
I've heard a few people say that to me this week, actually.
Yeah.
Do you think so? So I watched a couple of his games, Nerdin, and I've seen times where the opposition he's got literally 5 in the forward line. Like he's got the 3 and he's got the 3 and then he's got the 2 the wider players pinning the opposition's back line all the way back so that the 2 10s can come into the spaces in the midfield, and then you've got your forward that's always trying to stretch the line. Like he's deliberately got these wide players pinning back the opposition's back 4. So I think
situational though, it's
very versatile.
Yeah, no, on and off the ball.
He has to learn very, very quickly.
You can't leave space in the Premier League.
See what you're describing there, Marcel?
You can't do that in the Premier League.
I know, bro.
Get murdered.
There was one clip I watched, and I told somebody when the ball goes to the winger, pause it, and you saw that line across the penalty box in the straight. Listen,
is that true though? This article, by the way, today by the. But by the way, is that true? This article that's come out today about him wanting sporting players to Man United, and will you guys want that?
Do you know what it is for?
The source was, I think it was. Let me check right now.
Saeed, do you know it's for me? Yeah, I think we're all going to be. It's
international break. So what's the most obvious thing to get now? Listen, there is now in terms of the media. Let's put the media.
No, but it's also a possible thing that could happen.
No, Saeed, listen, it might be. But I'm your media analyst on the Mandem talk. Yeah, I know how the narratives that get run. It's international break. They're capitalizing on the excitement of the Manchester United global fan base. So any news they bring out about this player, that player, this player, everybody's gonna click because we already know. That's why the rumors were coming out. That's why. Why do you think the king of the transfers, whatever you want to call it, a tapping merchant, Fabrizio is telling you, yes, in the initial meetings, the first thing that's coming out is that Unai Amorim is saying intensive players. He's already teeing you up for the rest of the news and for his colleagues. He's saying to you, Amorim wants intense players. We know it's international break, so please take that into consideration. Now, it might be true. But take it with a pinch of salt. That's all I'm saying.
You know who I do want though, man, is these wingers to come in and obviously, we look towards the summer. We really get now, scouting now. You know what I'm saying too? I hope these early targets come in, from the off rather than battling in the summer. That's what I want to happen. I don't expect it for January. I think you could go with some loans. Listen, I do want Nkunku. I know Nuruddin will go mad at me, but I do believe there are loans that we can go and get that like Nkunku who can give us a little bit of a solid, baseline in that. There are some little loans we can go and get, guys, man. I think for me, we should go for it because boy, it's a long season.
Let me just say this. Listen, let me just say this. I watched him on.
I don't want no Chelsea players.
I watched him. I watched him on Saturday. I'm not going to lie to you. I was super impressed with Buonanotte, and I think he'd be.
Buonanotte.
He's already on loan.
But I would, if that's a player Manchester United could go and get, he would be perfect in one of the systems. I'm telling you. I promise you. Watching him for the first time. That's the first time I've seen him live. That kid Buonanotte, boy. boy, Saeed is not just that he had on the ball, it's off the ball. Honestly, there was a moment in the game, I just started watching him. I did just a Bonanotte cam. I was just watching him. His awareness, the way he presses, the intelligence on the ball, the intelligence of the ball. You know, that's how it is. But anyway, I was looking at him. But do you know that, Saeed, the other kid that was roasting up Diego Dalot, washed up tired Diego Dalot.
Oh, yeah, he looked all right.
That guy was Amorim's player. And he's carried in world football.
Yeah,
so he's at the highest 90-something percentile.
He's 20
in
years
terms of ball carries.
Yeah.
That kid, that Leicester side. So if they go down, what's his name? Yeah, Fatu.
Oh, Fatu, yeah.
Yeah,
Fatu, yeah.
Is he Nigerian? Is that a Nigerian name? Or is he Congolese?
I don't know. Let us know, people, man. Let us know. No, but is this so? So you man saying no January transfers, then?
No Chelsea.
Broke us a joke.
If you can get one done, and you get it done, I don't think we're gonna get much.
Yeah, same. I want players. It's Ghanaian.
Alfonso, I'll give out some names. Alfonso Davis.
You guys,
is he available?
Alfonso Davis in January.
No, guys, be sensible. Be sensible.
No, Marcel.
What are you okay, Leo? Chill, man. Relax.
Let me
Relax, bro. Relax, man.
Marcel, what are you?
Man said Alfonso Davies in January. Are you okay, bro?
Can I just tell you what?
What about Paul Pogba then, Saeed?
Alfonso Davies wants 10 million. Let me just tell you myself. He wants 10 million, 250 grand a week. 10 million signing on fee.
Pay him.
250 grand a week. That's what he wants. Real Madrid, mate. Real Madrid.
Pay him. Yeah.
Can we not afford it? Structure.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. You know who I would take like that? El Nouri. I swear to you, El Nouri.
Yeah, of course.
El Nouri
will be perfect in this position.
Yeah.
El Nouri. You know what I think about El Nouri?
Structure. I'll be real with you.
As a centre half.
Structure. You can probably put money on that, bro. Like whole game is a Mendes client, isn't it? So
yes.
So
no. But Danny, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've heard it through some channels that Liverpool have already done the groundwork.
Yeah, no. Liverpool have been doing the groundwork. Liverpool have been doing the groundwork.
This is the interesting thing, though. Yeah. So you see, Justified structure. You know me. I look into the business of football. Their clients basically went to Liverpool, PSG, Barcelona, and Man City. Those were the 4 football clubs that they went to. Now Omar Barada's come in. You're seeing them come to Man United. Almiron is Justified as well. Mendes is not his agent, but he's with the same agency. So relationships change structure. Liverpool, Euro is Justified structure. And Liverpool were told he's not going to leave. What happened? How did Man United know? So relationships change structure. You get what I'm saying to you? Relationships change.
How about me? Al Nouri will be the best, honestly.
I think we're going to be more aggressive because I tell you this, because of Gil and Fergie, Woodward kind of knew to stay away from that Kia guy. Tebas' old agent structure. That's what I'm saying to you. So the fact that Ineos want to deal with him as well, I think we can muscle in on that Liverpool situation. And we're going to have a stronger relationship basically with Justified structure. That's what I see happening.
Marcel, what did you say?
Nouri would be a top player for us. He's that left wing back. He's perfectly so.
And you know what the thing about him? He can play as a third centre half as well, and he's brilliant on defending the channels. He is good as you get, the aggressive level.
Good as you get, bro.
And defending the channels, and that's why you know what you guys know I love Martinez in it, like, and genuinely I really think that's the position he could struggle defending the wide areas because trust me, at times. He wants you to defend one-on-one on the wide areas.
Do you think Martinez could go in as the 6th then, as a cover for Ugarte potentially?
I don't know. I think maybe even if somebody's injuries, he could be the middle guy, the middle in the midfield. Sorry, the middle in the centre back.
In the centre half.
You see stuff like that. Stuff like that is for a very, very specific manager. Yeah, I'll give you an example. I've been saying since Lindelof joined under a particular Spanish coach, you could see him play as a 6. Yeah, and if you notice. When Xavi was at Barcelona,
I tell you who that is?
1 second, similar profile, Christensen at Chelsea. When he went to Barca, what did Xavi do? Try him in midfield. That type of thing, Marcel, is for a specific coach. Not any manager will take a centre-back and try and make him a midfielder, bro.
Facts.
Big up Ruud, though. Ruud did it with Lindelof.
Ruud did try.
Some of that.
He did try.
We were like, where's he going to play? We're in the stadium. We're like, where's he going to play? We just seen Ruud pop it up. popping up there. Lindelof popping up. Big up Musa, man.
Bro, on
Musa.
Football Manager, Marcel, I do it on Football Manager. I do it. I'll put my team in midfield, but you know.
Everybody does it, mate.
Yeah.
Football Manager, mate. I got Kai Havertz playing them centre midfielder, mate. Are you mad?
No, but I genuinely think there's players out there, man. Like, so are we saying there's no players out there in January? Like, can we? You know, there's no players in January. That's possible. Like,
get Al-Nouri. You know what? Do it quickly. Get Al-Nouri done in January.
No, but
my position though. In what position?
In the wing back.
The wing back, left wing back.
You guys are still on the wing back thing, yeah.
Mamush is, bro, he's balling right now.
I think we got wing fielders. I think he's dealing with wing fielders. I don't think
that's what I said as well. Yeah. Alvaro Fernandez, yeah, that's another player that's doing well at the minute. You know, I mean, big up to him.
I think we're looking in the wrong market for the type of players.
I'll just say this about Alvaro Fernandez. Listen, he needs to still develop. I watched him. I watched some really clips of him. He is actually, his crossing is one of the highest stats in Europe, by the way. He's crossing, right? He's ball. But playing out is still not press resistant. He can easily be dispossessed. Passing it out, he's still good, but there's a lot of things he has to work on. Because I thought he was almost ready, and I was getting excited. You know how much I love young players, but he's not ready. He's not ready. That league looks a bit too physical for him at times.
What about that Georgian winger from Napoli? I'm about to butcher his name.
That's my guy, man. Cavadonna, man. Cavadonna.
Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah.
Kvaratskhelia, yeah.
Yeah, he would be fantastic for us in that left. Like, he'll be
fantastic.
In January.
Yeah, but that's not January, though, isn't it? That's not January, man.
I'll tell you who's the guy who does it perfectly, that plays that role perfectly. It's the kid at the Italian guy at Inter Milan. But he's the Inter fan. He loves Inter. He's from the city. He's a diehard Inter Milan fan. He plays for Simeone, Inter Milan. He is perfect. I forgot the guy's name, but he's perfect for that position. The wing back who plays for Inter Milan. He knows.
Oh, DeMarco. Oh yeah, bad boy. DeMarco's a bad boy. I can't lie to you.
But then, to be fair, I will look quick and incredible in that league, as you see McTominay. I think I've got better IQ in midfield than McTominay. McTominay is falling out of here, mate.
You know who I see right now, yeah. You know, guys, yeah. Are you man seeing Brighton's depth in terms of quality now? You man see their squad. Now let me tell you their squad, yeah. I swear down, guys, yeah. Like, you man are not deep in their team that came off the bench and their whole percent. Look at this team, guys. Yeah, let me go. Brighton's team.
They're average, my brother.
Guys. No, it's not average. Look at the bench here. Look at the bench here. João Pedro, Gruda, who's come from I think is it Mainz. Very, very tricky winger. Yeah,
average Saeed, man. Stop.
Bro, let me land.
Very good.
Belebo. Yeah. Matt O'Reilly doing bits of Celtic. Yeah. Julio Enciso. Yeah. Matt Swifer.
O'Reilly.
Evan Ferguson. Mandem. Like, look at the quality they got on the bench, guys. And
that's how bad it's been, Saeed, at United.
Facts. I agree with you.
Would think that this is
I agree.
Quality.
Musa's disappointed in you, Saeed, fam. Musa's disappointed.
I can't
believe bro. You might realize the quality now in this league, man. I'm talking about the quality in the league, guys.
Let me just say this about Brighton.
It's not a bad time, man. You got to accept that, teams have got quality now. Nottingham Forest here are not the same now. They got players that are good players, man. They got good players in their team.
I like Forest.
Yeah, they got Forest is a good team. The manager knows how to play the system. That's why.
They have Matoma. They have Matoma as well. Minter. Brighton got good teams.
Exactly.
You didn't name. I didn't hear no Champions League players. See, when we talk about Champions League, I didn't hear no Champions League players.
I kind of agree with Musa still.
No,
that right there, what you just said is a problem with United.
No, but that's always
Champions League players. Why Champions League players?
Because we might be in the situation that we're in now, but we're still Manchester United, and we're trying to aim for a certain. There's a certain level we're trying to get to. When you start looking at flipping Brighton, it's rough. This is
what you mean, bro? These guys are ballers.
When you got a packet of crisps and you're talking about the steak you're looking at in the window, like you're thinking it's not good enough.
This is crazy, man.
You're not playing those things,
them players right now, yeah, United could have easily got in for them sort of players. You know that, by the way. That
We don't need
players,
them. We don't need them.
It would have made
so
a bigger
who
impact.
do we need then? Who do we need?
Saeed, first and foremost, we need to let the manager come in, because I think a lot of us, when I look at the wing fielders that we've been talking about, when that manager goes out to buy players or to identify players in those positions, he's not identifying the same type of players you've been talking about. You've been talking about defenders, like pure defenders that you want to play as wing backs. When he's got wingers, like he's got players like Anthony and Amad Diallo in those wing back positions. That's who he's got. He hasn't got Luke Shaw and Dalot and Mazraoui in wing back positions. He's got players like Garnacho in his team right now, Anthony and Diallo playing in wing-back positions.
Yeah, I hear that.
So he wants his wingers to be wing fielders. You start in the midfield and you attack. And if you need to cover up, because when I look at his defensive block of 4 as a traditional back 4, his defensive block is the 3 central defenders and the number 6. That's his 4 defensive block. He's not looking at the wide players as the main defense. He's like, you can get into position and make it difficult for us to be broken down and for teams to attack us, but that's not your main priority. You like Mazraoui being good in the middle of the park, but he's not getting assists and he's not scoring goals. It's not going to work for this manager. That's not going to work for this manager.
Let me ask you a follow-up based off what you've just put forward, yeah? Do you think he's going to be able to pull that off in the way you described, or do you think he should adapt, in your opinion?
I think he needs to go in like this and sink or swim. If you can't handle it, then you got to keep it moving. Because it's his first season. He's got, think about it, he's got the rest of the season to try his best to implement. The worst thing he can do is what I told you the other day, Saeed, is that he does an Eric Ten Hag. He uses
facts. I hear you.
And then he tries to implement it. He bottles it as well. Second season. Because we're not going to give him the second season after you've been safe first season to then try to implement it. We're going to want you to build off that. He needs to start now, because I can see Anthony playing on as the right wing back. Like, I can see it simple, because that's the type of left-footed player that he's got now in his sporting team. I don't see him with a Dalot or a Dalot, maybe because he attacks a bit, but Mazraoui, I'm not too sure. Mazraoui is going to be in the back 3. He might be on the right of the back 3.
He can play there, though. That's the good thing about him. He can play anywhere, man.
You're wasting Mazraoui playing him in the back 3. You're wasting his talent playing him there, man.
Maybe that's why I don't. Remember, Noureddin, you said something the other day. He said when he comes to United, he wants to find out who can attack and who can defend.
He said that.
The question he wants to know with Mazraoui, so he's going to ask Mazraoui, are you an attacker or are you a defender? If the brother's a defender, he's in the back 3.
Yeah. But here's what I'm saying, yeah. This is why I think I get what you're saying about the lessons from Ten Hag, but Ten Hag used to do all mad stuff that this guy don't do in it. For me, I look at a Mazraoui, I say get the best out of him. You can do that as a wing back. Forcing him into the back 3 because you want to play Anthony there is a mistake. I don't care what you did at Sporting. You're coming to Man United. It's the Premier League. Some things you do there will not work here. You've got to make some adjustments. And when you look at this squad, where they are in confidence, fitness, etc., that would be a mistake. Anthony's not fit. He's not confident. Mazraoui is. Do you know what I'm saying? You can play him as a wing back.
Diallo there.
Diallo's better in the final third. He's better.
Diallo's tired of him.
No, but the thing is this though. Diallo, we've all known that Diallo can defend, and we've seen Diallo break from deep. He has the ability. And the player that he's got now playing in that position, if he was at Man United, he would be playing in the Diallo position. He wouldn't be playing in the Mazraoui position. That's my point. The players that he's got now is more similar to Diallo than he is to Mazraoui. But you're asking him to then put a player in that position who's totally different to the player that he's got now. The player right now that's playing right wing back for him is much more similar to Dalot than he is to Man. So it's better you put Ahmed there and let him be a wing fielder where he's starting in the middle of the park, but he's attacking a lot. He's coming deep, grabbing the ball. He's keeping shape. He's making it difficult for us to break. But when he gets the ball, it's all out war. It's Diallo on the ball. He's breaking.
I don't think he pulls that off in the league. Pedro Gonçalves, Diallo's the closest thing to Pedro Gonçalves as well. So you actually probably will like him in the final third. And when you were obviously going from the car to your crib, it's something that I pointed out. When teams building a 3-2-5 against us, Musa, what are we going to do with our setup without the ball? If they build in a 4-2-4, so when I was talking about us getting forced into a back 5, it's not intentional. Teams like the Premier League is resistant, especially away from home. Like even the mid-table teams will test you. They will force you into a back five when you don't want to.
I
be.
agree
You know
with
what I'm
you.
saying to you? And for me, if you're playing Ahmad, Garnacho, that learning curve, I don't think we can afford it. If you had a pre-season,
but I believe this is the best time for him to, because he's going to have a defensive block of the back three and the number 6. They're his defenders. They're the ones that's going to be siphoning out the attacks, trying to break it down.
What's his pressing structure?
But you're saying 6 attackers. That's
wait.
no.
But that's what he does. No,
what is he pressing? So if I'm the Fulham manager and I set up in a 3-2-5, what's he countering that with? Is what I'm talking about. Do you get what I mean?
No, but okay, cool. City, when he played City, you see City. Sometimes they invert and they end up in that 3-2-5 that you're talking about.
Yeah.
And you saw how he dealt with it. My thing is this.
I didn't deal with it. He didn't deal with it properly.
No, listen to this. He tweaked it. He tweaked it. He tweaked it. My thing is this. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So my thing is this. Start with your front foot forward. Whatever you do, don't worry about the opposition. If you go into games worrying about the strengths of the opposition, it's game, set, match at Old Trafford for you. It's not going to last.
No, I agree with that at home as well. I think that we have to be at home. We need to be on the front foot.
He needs to be as arrogant as Pep and Klopp and play your game. Brighton. You're not going to win all the games. We get it. But you want to get to a level of consistency at playing your game to the point where you blow away 80% of your opposition and you might lose to 20%. That's not a problem. But you need to be like front foot forward. He can't come and start second.
Away from home, I don't mind. But at home, I always say to myself, if any team is having more possession than you,
do you know my problem with this? It's not that I disagree with the principles that he's put forward. If that's what the manager wants to do, that's what he wants to do. When I'm looking at the final version of it, I don't really think that's so you're basically telling me the final form is us having wing-backs like Victor Moses. That's the final form of this manager's system. I don't think that's going to be enough.
But that's what we see now. We've just brought him in. If we're saying we've brought Amorim in for what he's doing now, what's his best now? What does he achieve at his best now? This is what he does. So what I don't want to do is change him. I do not want to change him. I don't want him to come here and he starts changing, second guessing himself, thinking this is a different. I need to do this. I need to do that.
To be fair, Musa, he is a young coach and he's been adaptable as well. To be fair, he's got the level of adaptability. He has that within his game, and from him leaving Braga after 3 months, coming to Sporting, who were in a club that were in disarray. I'm talking about a club where their ultras went into the training ground, smashed up 8 of the players. Some of them man I've seen that. Yeah. So
players cancel their contracts. I remember players canceling their contracts.
You have to create some sort of like harmony. So he had a lot.
No, but 1 minute, he won it in his first season. Everything you're saying that he created after 18 years was in season 1 because he implemented something.
But what I'm saying to you is that he won, and throughout the winning, he was adapting. He wasn't just one way. He was adapting to whatever the games, the teams that they were playing against. Yes, he stuck to it. But everything that I'm reading is that this 3-4-3, you can do a lot of things with it. It's not just one way to play it. It is he is a very kind of he changes he tweaks it. He's a tweaker of this system. Depending who they're playing against, in terms of what part of the game they're in, how he uses his subs. So there's going to be teething problems. That's going to be. Yeah. I'm telling you to get ready for more, get worse before it gets better. But I genuinely do think, from everything I'm reading, because he is a likable character in terms of where he is as a person, that he gets the players on side very quickly, that the tangibles would get us to a position there already, close enough for us to take the next jump. And I think it's there then, Musa, what you're saying I agree with, where he would have to bring the specialized guys, who he wants, and he wants the level of output from them.
Yeah, because my thing is, you're going to go to Ipswich, you're going to go to Bournemouth, you're going to go to Brighton, you're going to go to all of these teams. And what mentality are you taking your team there with? What mentality are you taking your 11 there with? Is it this mentality, this is the Premier League and Bournemouth is dangerous and Ipswich is dangerous?
But they are. You have to be careful, man. They are dangerous.
No, but that can't be the first thought process, is what Musa said.
Okay, that's fair.
What's wrong with starting with defensive first fullbacks? What's wrong with starting with a Mazwari and telling him in certain situations you're going to add yourself to the forward line, but protect us first. Come stay in the defensive.
It's not about the mentality about wanting to be defensive. The tactical standard with these new coaches is higher. Yeah, the one that say 20 years ago. They counter each other with their build-up structures and pressing structures. I'm not talking about him wanting to defend with a back five. I'm saying he has to respond to something. Let's say Brighton did 3-1-6 against City. If we play Brighton and he goes 3-1-6, we're not defending with a 3 and 2 guys high. Those wing-backs are going into a back five. It's just a game. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about him wanting to be negative or saying, yes, sit back. It's just you have to respond to these.
But Danny, he's talking about the profile of players specifically that they're more like an Ahmad than a Mazwari. Mazwari in my world mentally is defensively stronger first.
I agree.
I'm with you with that. I'm with you with Marcel.
Stronger first,
then
an offensively stronger first
player. I agree, but the issue I have,
and then still telling that defensively stronger first player that in this scenario, please go higher up and pin into the forward line. But because you're like he should, I think what's wrong with him starting with defensively stronger-minded players first?
What's wrong with problem.
You have to build that kind of solidity as well.
There's no problem, but when we're talking about when people are saying who should we get in the window, we've already got these defensive players. So when he doesn't want to stay there. He might begin there, but that's not where he wants to stay. So when you're going into the transfer windows and you're still trying to add to that defensiveness, that's going to disappear. He's already got the defenders that he needs because he's going to cipher them out. Because when it gets peak for him, he wants the 2 6s to be able to join that defense of 3. And it becomes a strong 5. This is why the 2 6s are strong defenders in themselves. And I feel like you might look at it and think, he's got 6 attackers, but he's got a strong, solid back 5 of individuals who can also defend. But he makes it compact enough that no one's really getting away from each other. So when it comes to now, we're talking about the January transfer window. I'm not trying to add no wing backs in your.
No, defensively we're calm. Defensively we're calm.
In your orthodox wing back. And when we talk about wing backs, I'm talking about the orthodox ones that we think of. People start thinking about, left backs and right backs rather than wing fielders, players who can like play further up.
And intelligent enough to switch.
Yeah, intelligent. So now, when everyone thinks about wing back, everyone I've heard really talk about signings, they've all been your orthodox defenders, like left back and right back. And I think that's wrong. I don't think that's the direction that they're going to be.
No, you're right, because then we just end up with bare defenders.
Bare defenders. And that's not what he has. He has bare wingers.
Interesting. That's interesting.
Though, because Tottenham did this with Conte, and he transitioned to a back 4 pretty easily. But Pedro Porro's got that intensity. That's why. Only other counter I had, Musa, just with this, I don't know if it's PTSD with me with the Ten Hag thing, because I wanted Ten Hag to replicate. I wanted him to come and replicate, then adapt. But you do have to make some adjustments. Like Pep, Bayern to City is not the exact same thing as different football players, isn't it? The one counter that I do always use, though, is that Liverpool fans had no idea what Klopp was going to do. The pressing and the game was there. The principles were the same. But that midfield 3 with wing-backs overlapping, no one saw that coming. Nobody saw that coming. And I don't know if Amorim's going to be the guy to replicate or do something that surprises us. I don't know which one it's going to be in it. It would be interesting to find out.
The biggest thing for me is
I don't think he has to. I just don't think as a rule he has to do the exact same thing. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, he just needs to do his thing.
Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. When I watched Sporting Lisbon in the highlights that I watched, aspects of it, I'm not going to lie to you, it's De Zerbi Brighton and Klopp Liverpool.
The aspects.
It's a mixture. It's a mixture.
When you find high intensity, when you find teams that play high intensity,
but listen, also guys, be open-minded that it might not work.
You have to be. But the thing is, though,
I think the way he sets up and how the team are compact, like I said, if it works, then he's the man. But if it doesn't work, he's still going to be the man before the man. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, it's going to be minimum.
I was literally thinking that when you explaed the last bit. Yeah.
Rather than that, it's not going to work.
To be the man.
I'm not going to lie to you.
I don't think it does. I don't think it does have to be the man.
I'm not going to lie to you. Let me say something.
This manager has to be the one.
Listen, with all
I can't do this again.
Please let me just say this.
For once, I agree with myself. This has to be the man.
Listen,
Nah.
you have to, no,
This is the manager, guys. I'm
It
going
doesn't.
crazy again for this manager.
Listen, let me
I'm
give
going
you two
crazy.
concerns.
He's done.
Let me give you two
Don't
concerns.
gloss over it.
Let
This
me
has
give you
to be
two
the
concerns.
manager.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be.
No,
Let me-
it does, man. It does.
Two
Have the
concerns.
mindset,
man.
Everyone have the
Listen,
mindset, yeah,
thank
that this
you.
is the man. Yeah,
It's time, Mandem. Back
This
to
is the
Premier League.
man.
Two
Champions
concerns.
League.
Everyone lock in. This
Right,
is the
so
man.
just give you two
What you say?
concerns.
Wake up the
in.
sleeping giant. Yeah, he's gonna get out now. The
That's
sleeping
the way
giant.
You, Ryan.
You know what?
That's it, my brother.
You know what? Can I tell you why it's time to wake up?
Second half of the season, we're doing a title charge.
That's why.
I decided we'll do so well. We'll do so well.
Yo, no, but being seriously though, man, it has to be the man, man. I'm
But
sick
this is
of
where you go wrong, Saeed, because you could literally say Amorim, yeah, literally.
Teeing yourself up, Saeed.
Yeah, you're teeing yourself up. He
No,
could
you
literally
know,
take
you
us
know,
consistently top four.
Nobody
like,
else.
points
You're
tally,
teeing yourself up,
confidence.
nobody
this is gonna be a
else.
very.
No, what Saeed is on.
This is going to be a very different Saeed
I'm
for
going to
this
give you an
manager.
analogy.
You know what
I'm
it
going
is,
to
though,
give you an
Saeed,
analogy.
yeah?
I think for me, I'm going to be very patient.
I'm going
Guys,
to give you an
this
analogy.
manager, I'm going to be very
Let me give you an
patient.
analogy. You know what I'm saying?
Let's flip him.
This
Let's
is
flip
the
him.
manager
I
I am
wanna
very
hear it.
patient with.
Saeed, I want to hear it.
Wait,
Saeed.
Wait,
Hold on,
one second. Do you know what I just
one second.
realised? No, do you know what I
One
just
second.
realised?
No,
You sat
one
with
second,
Marcel
please.
in the box.
Please,
What happened when you man were chatting in the box? What happened? Marcel
No, he
imprinted
was-
on
he
you.
was-
What happened?
I want to hear Saeed because I want to clip this. Saeed,
Okay.
you got 2 minutes. Go on, explain yourself. You're going to be different. How?
'Cause I think for me, this is the manager, right? That's up and coming. Is a young manager. You know, I think he's bold to take this job. You know what I'm saying to you? He's one for me of the up and coming, like for me, tactically astute
Ten Hag.
managers that are out
Ten
there.
Hag.
No, for me,
Ten
Ten
Hag.
Hag was, bro, he's 55,
Ten
bro.
Hag.
He's
Oh,
not,
Ten Hag.
you know, he's not a young manager, is he? Let's be honest.
Ten
Man.
Hag.
He's been in the game, bro. You see his new manager, he's coming, he's taking his job, bro. I just think for me, yeah, we're looking at a manager right now, yeah, that this Ineos have got to make sure they back him fully, yeah, give him the tools, yeah, and start from the off. Obviously, there's tangibles where I'm like, yo, he's got to sort out certain man, and you know, there's certain things that got to go on. But I just think for me, I feel
When
like
you say side, this is aura and that. He's got the drip and that. He's looking at the guy.
I don't do that.
Man,
Montclair on.
every
That's
time.
I just believe there's something right
Looking like
with this
that guy,
manager
man.
in terms of we have to be patient. Something that's telling me about this manager more than any other manager that we've had
Something
here
that's telling
to
me
be
that.
patient. To be patient
No,
with
yo,
this
somebody
manager.
tells me Saeed came back
I don't know.
from Milton Keynes to get to Amorim before his meal at Ben Brazil last night. Ben Brazil Rashford.
Was he at Ben Brazil last night?
Rashford,
Was he
yeah.
at Ben Brazil?
Yeah, it looked like Ben Brazil, yeah.
But is it no, but real talk though? Is it not that? Do people not have that belief that?
Well, let me give you the two concerns
Sure
I
thing.
have. Let me give you the two concerns I have. I still think it's quite messy and hectic the way his teams play out. Don't shoot the messenger. It's only what I observed.
That's
The
what-
way that
we were
they-
talking about this yesterday. We was talking exactly
The
about
way
this
that the way he plays out
It's
is
risky.
still messy. And in
Yeah.
the Premier League, bro, Premier League, that listen, you get no time.
Yeah.
You get no time, and even in that league, even some of the like bottom half of the table was still pressing his team. So the way he plays out, it is still a bit dodgy. But for me, I look at Onana, and I was not the Leicester game. Still, the way he's kicking the ball, and it's just what he's doing.
Come on, man. You've got to give the guy credit, man. He's doing well,
Listen,
man.
no, he's making saves, Saeed. He's making saves, but he's playing out with stock try. He's
No,
stock
it's
try.
not. No,
It's
not.
stock try.
Oi.
Giving the ball to
Don't set
nobody,
him
giving
up,
the ball
man.
out
Don't
of
set him
play.
up.
That's
Here's
slander.
what's going on. So I'm just going to say to you guys, I'm going to say to you guys,
never liked
there are
Onana.
concerns.
You've never
Yeah,
liked
I have
You've
never.
never
I
liked him.
give him
Never
credit,
liked
though. I
Onana.
give him credit. He's been making
Black
saves.
Goalkeeper
for me.
Goalkeeper Association. If you're a member, let me know. Yeah, let me know.
Come
Let
on.
me know. Let me know.
Come on.
This guy.
It's got nothing to do with that.
Already wanted the guy at Porto.
I
He
don't
wanted the
think
Porto
anything
thing.
He
about
wanted the
this
Porto
body.
guy.
Oh yeah, he wanted
The
the
one
wanted
Rashford, the one Rashford roasted.
I
It was my
I do. I think
The one who was
overall,
letting P
it's the
rollers in.
younger,
My man.
Yeah, the one that Rashford
younger, more
roasted.
talented goalkeeper than Onana, and we will see. Time will tell. I
Shall I tell you?
promise.
Shall I tell you? He's a talented goalkeeper, the little one. Have you man seen the little
Yeah, I've seen it,
goalkeeper?
seen it, yeah,
He's
seen it.
very talented. I can't
There's
lie.
actually, there's a couple of really talented. You know what? The Luton goalkeeper last season was brilliant in the Premier League.
This season,
Luton
don't talk
goalkeeper.
about him, mate.
Yo,
He was
structure. You know one thing that
Anana's been alright, man.
You know,
Onana's
Oli
fine.
and Ten Hag, two aspects of their football that was really bad. Wing play. We ain't had good wing play. The last time I saw good wing play at Man United was Louis van Gaal when he did a triangle with Valencia, Mata, and Herrera down the right-hand side for like 3 months.
Yeah.
I ain't seen good wing play at Man United for years. And I
Yeah.
think this manager will bring that. The one thing I'm worried about, Saeed, is the back three. I think that back three is going to have more problems than people realize. It's not going to be the.
I think that's a bit where we're calm, though, man.
It'll be the back three.
I'll tell you, Martinez, but
that's hilarious image to freeze on you.
He expects you to defend the wide areas. The back three, the two guys out wide have to defend the wide areas because this is how teams attack them. Let me just tell you how teams attack them. The teams try to find the gaps between what Musa talked about, the two attacking wing backs who are positionally suspect. They're not incredible because they're more attacking minded players. The way that it seems that people get to this team in this formation is the gap between those two. And then you've only centre half to really overload in the middle.
Yeah, but Nurden, we're going to have Euro there. We're going to have Euro there, who I think can do the job in the wide areas. And if you get someone like Brantford...
That's the point what I was trying to do. They have to come across. They have to come across.
You know why, don't know him, but that's why he's got those 2 6s. He's always got those 2 6s. He's got those 2 6s that can always fill in. That's why he's got those defensive 2 6s.
One guy with the legs. We haven't got two who can come across.
So Musa, you see his wider centre backs, Musa. Do they go early because they know the 6 is going to fill in?
Yeah.
Are they aggressive?
That's what I think.
Are they reactive or proactive?
I think they're proactive from what I've seen.
I think the 6 and the 3s stay back mainly, and then the rest of them.
What are we talking about? Build up.
Yeah, that's what I
think. Let me just say something quickly because I back your point, because like you said about the build up being risky and stuff like that, and somebody said yesterday that when the goalkeeper plays out, two of the defenders split, one goes into midfield. But the same person said that in a lot of plays, you have to be like pass perfect for it to work to get past that first phase, which kind of worries me a little bit because we haven't got that many pass perfect players to fit in there. So we're going to see how that plays
we
out
don't
as
create angles and we're not compact enough. So when you create angles and you're compact, it changes everything.
I'm just thinking about that first initial, the punch into sometimes, you know what? Because then all of a sudden it's a massive overload for the opposition.
Definitely the angles, what this is saying, though.
But we spoke about this in the group chat with Rants, where because of Ten Hag's heavy positional rotation, nobody knew where they were. Somebody freezes on the football, they look up, the pictures change. Like Musa was saying, because the 3 and the 2 stick together, we're speaking about this like Leverkusen. Like that 5, they move left and right when building, they stay as a unit. You know what I'm saying? So people know where they are, and the triangles are the same. Feels more confident, someone's going to be.
Wait, what 5 are you talking about? The 5 centrally?
Yeah, so it's Tapsoba, I think Kapanko sometime, I can't remember the other guy, and then obviously Granit Xhaka and Palacios. The 5, they stay as a unit. Because think about it, with the back 4, it morphs into a 3-2-5, right?
Yeah, basically.
So the two defenders are ready to split and go wide and cover the wide areas.
But the 3-4-3, I'm talking about in possession because listen, playing out from the back happens 7 times a game. What usually happens, it goes out for a throw in, you get in your shape. So from a throw in, it's 3-2. Those two stay. That 3 and 2 is one unit.
They're disciplined. They're going to be the protective line.
The biggest thing is this, the biggest thing for me is that the way he plays out. Obviously, they were taking more risk in certain games, but it's the back 3, the double pivot, and the 2 wing backs. And all the time is that anywhere on the pitch is a diamond shape. So in terms of the possession, I can see that is what he wants to do. He wants to give the player on nothing, but he plays vertically. So they play vertically. The way he plays out is vertically. The ball gets punched in. The 2 number 10s drop into the halfway line or the half spaces. And then the wing back is already there, so the balls are there. But you have to be accurate passing. That has to be drilled. That has to be coached. And that's why I said just get the fuck out of the Europa League and let this fucking man coach if you want to ball out next season.
Nah, you want to try it out in the games, man. I think
trust me, man.
You see when you guys spoke about
try it out in the games when you haven't got time to fucking implement it in the training.
I think when you guys spoke about I think it was Casemiro and the player to be next to Ugarte. You see that kid, what's his name? Atalanta. I think he will be a good
Edison.
He's a good ball.
You're looking at him at the minute, man.
I'll tell you who's better than him and perfect for that position.
In terms of intensity.
From Leverkusen.
Edison's better, man.
I'm not sure. Edison, in terms of intensity.
He's cold, man.
In terms of intensity.
Structure. Don't
I've watched Palacios. I've watched him.
Was our little secret. He's someone
in
that,
terms of intensity,
I watched him.
in terms of the intensity that this manager wants and what that Edison can do,
exactly,
it will be definitely. If you want someone that can get up and down the pitch, and that's also got a bit about him in playing and tackling.
By the way, did you man see Dilit's comments today? By the way, Dilit's comments today. Did you see it? He just basically people that call him like a criticism he's had to endure in his career and that he just talked here. So if I bring up the quotes here, he says here, Matthews Delit opens up about criticism he has to endure. What I find difficult is the fact that due to my past, people have created expectation about me, which is working against me. I played every game at Juventus. I played every game at Bayern Munich. I played every game at Man United. Now, when I left Ajax, expectations were extremely high, which means you can never perform good enough. I have to keep telling myself that I am actually doing a good job. Even if those first 2 games with the national team this season, I wasn't even playing bad, but I just had one bad moment. This is the problem, This is bad, Casemiro said the same thing, as well. It's true. Like, these men have one bad moment, but social media will tell you they're bad players. Do you know what I mean, guys?
Bro, consistently is one of our best players,
Of course, man. It's narrative merchants, exactly. It's true.
I think he's had some bad game, but the expectation thing, you can't get away from that.
Of course you can't, but he has to let people know, innit? That's what
you have to just, man. Look, people did it to.
But I like saying, you know what? The aspects of it sounds like for me, Crimea River. You created.
No, it's not Crimea River. How is it? Oh my God! How have you created that agenda there?
No, I'm just saying to you. No, I'm just saying to you from the latest point of view. Like, you're part of this, bro. You created this expectation about yourself.
He never.
The captain, listen, the captain.
The media did. The media did.
Saeed, come on now. Saeed,
no, the media. No, hold on. You're making
it out. You're not giving these players agency. You're making out like
what you mean,
and
agency?
the story's being told on behalf of them. No,
Saeed said we need Brighton players.
Saeed, if you go on Instagram,
sure. Let me have a point.
What
I'm trying to say to you is the media
were playing up to this. They were playing up to this. So let's stop the cap, bro. They were playing up to this.
Listen to me. Guys, he was put on a pedestal, because of the media was saying he's the next this, he's the next that. That's not down to the player. Can we all agree with that? That's not down to the player. The way he's kind of put out on this pedestal. Bro, it's not down to him. He's just saying, I had a career that started so madly that I was captain at 17. You know what I mean? And then obviously I went to Bayern and I was still playing well. At, Juventus, I was still playing consistently. And this narrative that I am a bad defender, I just want to put it out there. That's all it is.
One or two moments that's happened.
Yeah, it's 1 or 2 moments that's happened. Exactly.
When he was getting all the applause, when he was getting all the applause, did you hear his interviews and how he spoke like he was Captain America? Did you hear him?
I didn't say
how he spoke about himself and how he was taking in all the praise.
Show me the interview.
Show me the
interview.
America.
Show me the interviews. Show me the interviews.
I'll send them to you.
Send them to me now. Find the interviews.
Let me say something. Let me just say something. Listen,
but no, it's not always PR, though, man. I love you. You use the word PR too much. It's not PR for this, man.
Listen to me. Let me say something, right? I understand it is a media thing to. Media. Listen, media narrative wants to be part of the bringing somebody a hero, and then destroying them. Yeah, when they get there, it's only one way down. Yeah, they're part of the journey to build you up and then to tear you down. I understand that more than most, right? But what I'm saying to you is that when that was happening, please don't make it out that players are some passive guys who haven't got any agency and who can go, nah, we're not.
Yeah. Well, he's not even. You know who he's actually owned by. He's actually not owned by SCG. He's not managed by SCG. He's managed by Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba's.
To Malemo, big up to Malemo, man. Big up.
Yeah.
Got a ring to it as well, man.
SCG, you can never buy me, man.
Listen,
you can never buy me.
I'm not gonna lie to you. What I'm saying to you is that we can't just accept it that players lean into it. They lean into this. This guy. I'm that guy. And sometimes, you know what? When you're young, for me, I always say, no, you got the potential to be that guy. I never saw him as this leader, whatever everybody created him. This is Eredivisie. But to me, I said it. Honestly, I said it on one of those Straight Jacket podcasts. When we were linked with his Saeed, I said to you, that guy needs to stay away from Italy. I said it. I said, go to Spain, go to Germany, but stay away from Italy. Yeah. Because the way that the way Danny will tell you, the way Dutch defenders are coached, the way Italian expectations of defending is totally different. And in a team with a bunch of granddads who were playing low block football, he was never gonna look good. He chose the wrong team to go to. And as a career, some players do that. So that's where the perception comes from, because he went to Juventus, and we know what Juventus had. Look at the man that he was there with.
True.
Old school guys who had a certain way with Allegri, and he was never going to shine in that. He wasn't.
Yeah, but I'll be real though. I'll be real. I get what you're saying, structure, but I thought you meant with the football. So with the football, yes, going to play for Allegri is not the best thing for your development. But defensively, if you cannot thrive defensively, playing with experienced centre backs and a defensive manager, what that tells me is basically at 18, you were already a good defender and you just haven't improved. I think De Ligt's a good defender. But what unfortunately, structure inside, in this era of football, people like to clip up mistakes, bro. People watch. They mistake watch.
Yeah.
A good defender has flaws. A good defender has weaknesses.
Every player has flaws. Every player has flaws.
And that's all it is.
I think he's been very solid.
I blame all of your
Structure,
generation and all the
this fan base is hyper-focused. This fan base is hyper-focused on mistakes and has been for. That's just
absolutely. Look at Ugarte.
Been in the doldrums.
Guys, look at
that. Where does that go back to? The way the club has been fucking run. That's what.
Absolutely.
All reads go back to who?
Yeah. Well,
they said their name in a while, man.
Can I just say something? Yeah. Even when that's a similar example to Ugarte, man. Like the perception of Ugarte when he came in and the negative vibes, bro, from the fan base is actually shocking.
That's because he's crap, though. That's why, bro. That's different. That's not the same.
Look at this, man. It's not crap, bro. What do you mean it's crap, bro?
No, he's
relax. Look at this guy, bro. What's wrong with you, man?
You know what, though? They're in the pot.
60 million, though, for him. I'm not going to lie.
To me,
it's 50 million. 50 million. Ugarte has a purpose. Ugarte has a use. Ugarte can play this.
I'll be serious, yeah? I'll be serious. So basically, Chelsea, I think he won 2 out of 12 duels. Against Leicester, he won 8 out of 12. If I keep seeing what I saw against Chelsea, I'm cooking him. Because, listen, he's not a good footballer. But
Chelsea, we did well against Chelsea, man, in that midfield.
Let me land, bro. Let me land.
Are you kidding me?
Let me land. He's not a good footballer. He never will be. But he's supposed to be good at winning the football back, tackling, winning duels, etc.
And he did that.
If he does that consistently like he did against Leicester...
And he's just coming to the club. Give him time.
That's fine, bro.
Give him time.
But if I see more of Fred in 19, 20, 2021, like I did against Chelsea...
You don't like specialists, isn't it? You don't like specialists.
No, but you don't really like specialists. No, but you know what it is, Rhino? You can go into
I like
Europe,
specialists that are consistently good at what they specialize.
Yeah, but you know why Danny's got a point? Because you can go into Europe for like 25 million and still get that, you know? Like, it's mad.
I hear that. I hear that.
Do you know what I mean?
I hear that. But I also think for me, he has a purpose in his team. He's a good ball. I think he's a good ball carrier as well. You know, he can actually go drive with the ball. He's tenacious.
It's difficult in the Prem, though. It's difficult in the Prem side to carry the ball. To be fair.
I know, but I just feel like for me, Ugarte, give him the. Be patient with Ugarte because I genuinely think he will come good.
You know me. Listen, one, he's a young player still. One, he's a young player still. Two,
he's 23.
This is his first season in the Premier League.
Yeah, but can I be real?
Giving him that. I always give everybody the chance.
Yeah, I know
everybody gets that chance with me.
You know what it is? You're going to see what he's about when Casemiro's not there. Then we're going to really see Wagwan. Because if he's
the only guy who's ever getting a chance with me is Mason Mount, people.
Well,
I'm telling you, Saeed, I'll report back to the Mandem and say that, listen, Amorim is the guy. He's the miracle worker. If you get something out of Mason Mount.
Yeah. Well, if he gets a lot of players, I can't lie to you. There's a lot of Hoyler's another one. He just get a miracle out of him. You know what I mean?
Well, so Nuruddin, you're not taking Ahmad in one of the 10s and Mason in the other?
I'm going to take Ahmad in one of the 10s.
Yeah,
not
but
Mason.
both of them two play together.
I'd rather have Zirkzee as one of the other 10s. That's just me. And I think Zirkzee will offer something different in a number 10 position. Be
honest here. Be honest here. Do like, obviously, everyone wants maybe Zirkzee to shine here, but do you generally, like, hand on heart, believe that this manager will love Zirkzee? Like, do we actually believe that, or do we want that to happen?
I think he just needs to utilize him in the false
nine. He needs to coach him in the position.
Yeah,
coach him.
Yeah.
To me, the biggest. Listen, let me just say this.
I've never looked at Zirkzee as a main character who scores the bags like 20 goals.
No, exactly.
His position
he's got longevity. If
he's not going to be different to what he asked for in the 10 here.
By the way, people
played before.
By the way, I just want
to say 34 million, man.
If he wants intensity, he is not going to like Zirkzee. Yeah. When Ragnick came as interim, I remember people thinking he was going to like Donny. And I was like, do you know who he planned for Leipzig to recruit? What type of midfielders? They all work.
Haidara and that.
He's gonna like. He's gonna like Freddie McTominay. He's not gonna like Tony Mann. I don't know this about Amorim. I'm just thinking out loud, innit?
The thing, listen.
If he likes hold on, structure. If he has a bias for intensity, just like Ten Hag had a bias against Sancho, he may look at Zirkzee and look at the body language and may not. You know what I'm saying to you? It just depends, but I don't know.
Now listen, to me, his words were clear, Saeed. His words were clear. He said, I'm going to have to go and see who can attack and who can defend. Who can do both. That's what his statement was. Like, he's going to... But to me, I think Zirkzee, you can coach him. I genuinely do think that. And he's got a lot of technical abilities. For you, I think intensity is something that can be worked.
Yeah.
I really think that. Because you're not doing it by yourself. You're doing it part of a team.
That's the point I was going to make.
The way they hunt the ball down is everybody does it. Everybody.
We done it in Italy, where he was when they were moving with Morata. They had clear ideas of what they were doing and how they pressed, how they defended as units, and he looked different. He didn't look like the sluggish player that we're seeing today with Ten Hag doing
everybody
whatever he wants
to
do.
You talk about Ugarte,
I would say this though, in Italy, that will happen. When you cut the Premier is not the same intensity. That's why McTominay is technically better in Italy. I don't think people realize physicality can affect you technically. That's why McTominay, you see him in tight spaces. I'm like, bro, who this guy? He went like that at Man United. Like,
I just feel like he needs to be coached. He definitely needs to be coached. Like I can see him playing.
I think in his time, man, and I just think in his time in a clear direction, like you said, where you don't have to keep on putting your head up to know where players are going to be.
Yeah.
He feeds off repetition.
Having people like different.
He feeds off repetition so much. Yeah, that's what's going to make him quicker.
What system was he in Bologna? What system did he play?
Bro, he was in a false nine, basically.
Kind of like a false nine, yeah.
What formation did they play the Morata play?
I think it was 4-3-3. But you see what you said there, yeah? I don't like that, bro. I think the manager should embrace what players are first and foremost. Then after time, then you start working on things. You get what I'm saying to you? But first and foremost, you played with a false nine in your first 2 seasons at Sporting. Just embrace what Zirkzee is. Don't try and turn him into anything. Like his first season. Just embrace what he is. Try to build some patterns of play around that, even if it's Højlund. So if you look at Højlund can't play with his back to goal yet. It's going to take him years to improve that part of his game. But if you get him facing forward in the channel, he's more of a threat.
Yes,
we don't play to get him running in the channel. You know what I'm saying to you? So it's the same thing. Whoever he picks, I'm going to look at him, Leon, and I'm going to say, are you trying to play to that player's strength, or are you highlighting their weaknesses? I don't care what player it is, whether I like them or not. That's how I'm going to look at Amorim for every single player.
For me personally,
mate.
Yeah, with both of them, I feel like we've got a good combination for the first season. I feel like both of them are still kind of lacking. Zirkzee's still in development time, and Højlund, I just don't feel like he's going to cut the mustard long term. I just don't think he's that good. I feel like you just have to play to his strengths. So I guess that Højlund's going to kind of play what the current striker at Sporting is doing now in that kind of role a little bit, and then I feel like Zirkzee does is playing the false nine. But at least we've got 2 different types to play, 2 different types.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind that when there's a low block, Zirkzee has a role to play when there's a low block.
But can I also say, like, why is it like a mad feeling to get the best out of Zirkzee already? It costs 34 million,
because Eric Ten Hag was your manager side. What are you shocked about? Ten Hag
I'm saying, like, bro, like,
you're
he's not a guy who's
why the Ferrari weren't moving, because there was a 2-year-old driving it. Brother, the 2-year-old is driving the Ferrari. That's why we're not moving nowhere. But the brother is what it is. If we see him under clear instruction and clear leadership, not be able to adapt to something, then we're going to know that what it is.
That's what it looks like now, Musso. It looks like there is no clear instruction. The way
not under Eric Ten Hag. No,
that's what I'm saying. In the way he's been playing, it looks like there's no clear instruction.
That's why I feel like we can't judge no players. Then
I saw him at international break. I saw him at an international break. Go to Holland, and he was running up and down like a madman. I'm sure you lot saw that clip. That when we said he's got no intensity, I see him come on pressing everyone, trying to get he was moving.
Bro, he was.
You're playing into what I'm saying. International football's slow.
No, I'm with you, but the intensity, the body language was different though. Like, even what you're saying is true, but I saw the difference in his body language there than what we've seen at Old Trafford in certain games. The brother's a bad boy, man.
Like, just show a little bit of something, you know what I mean? Look at this.
Zirkzee,
in Bologna.
He's got a good pass, you ain't really seen too much of it still.
Yeah.
You know what it is? You know, if
look at that, bro. I'm not saying he's not fast.
Saeed, I'd be real. You see people like you, Saeed.
Hey, come on.
Saeed, you're part of the problem.
Let me land.
You're part of the problem, Saeed.
Jeez. That's my baller right there.
You know what it is?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can do that in Italy with a broken
Saeed, you're part of the problem, bro.
No, but we're talking about confidence, man. We're talking about confidence. When you're confident, this is what you do. When you're confident,
skipping, man, you know.
Listen, if he's slow, that means everybody else.
I want to get let go already.
Yo, whatever we do in the summer or January, don't show Saeed a comp on a player. Don't please.
Saeed, you're part of the problem, bro.
And find the pass. Whoops.
Yeah, bro, you might have too harsh, man.
Yo, Saeed, I tell you now, yeah. Everything you saw where he was running over distance, scratch that.
Look at that. But I'm talking about in tight spaces in that number 10 role. Look at that, man. He's got there.
Why can't no one else catch him then? Why can't anyone else catch him?
He's not.
Chop.
That's good.
Jeez.
That's good.
Yo, do you know what it is? Do you know what it is for me?
He's not confident right now. He's not
confident.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. More talented players have died at Manchester United than Zirkzee.
Yeah, 100%.
More expensive players have died at football clubs.
See what it is for me.
So
when the formation is becoming when the formations become more well-oiled and the players that get the formation and start to gel a little bit more, you'll see the best out of Zirkzee. Because one of the things I did notice of him at Bologna and in the World Cup is when he knows that there's another play on, he will already read that play if he's playing with intelligent players. Like if he knows that a player is running in a certain space, he'll have already calculated that and try and make that pass before the ball's got to him already. And that's what I like about him. But because there are other people who just get the ball.
Like I said, with clear instructions, he's going to be ahead of all the instructions. He's going to be on it. He's going to be on it.
Did he break that little half the space on that?
Did he play for under 20s?
No, he played I think he played 60 minutes in the World Cup or something.
Yeah.
60 minutes. The manager don't rate him, though, man.
No, listen, he didn't get called up.
He played 4 minutes in the Euros.
4 minutes,
against England.
But he was injured, and then he got called up because of another injury.
That's what I tell people. And then that's why he didn't join United in the United States. He was injured, so to me, he's not even at the preseason. So lay off him, people. Need to lay off him.
No, Nuruddin, man, faith in you, man. They're saying you would have walked the Italian league in your sandals, man. That's crazy.
Yo, I would. That league is in terms of pace. I said
it's a competitive league, man. Like David De Gea. David De Gea's in the title race, guys, man. David De Gea, shout out to him, man.
I'm not gonna lie, I saw Ashley Young balling out.
Bro, Moises Keane is the top scorer of the Italian league right now. It's crazy.
Evra was dead physically at Man United. Went to Italy. What happened?
Listen, I put that league on fraud watch, bro, for a long time.
It's not a fraud watch league. Stop it.
Yo, Saeed, if De Gea wins the title, I'm blocking you on Twitter. I'm just
I rate De Gea though.
I know you rate him. I wanted him gone. So I'm blocking him. He wins the title.
Everywhere you go, always take the hair with you. Everywhere you go.
That's my
this last super chat before I wrap up, man.
Yo, man,
I don't know what you're on about here, man.
What's going on with this box talk, man? How come I didn't get the invite to the box? What's going on?
No, it was good, man. It was good vibes, man. It was a great spot. You know, Reed's last game. It was good vibes, man.
I want to know what happened because Saeed's come out hella enthusiastic about Amorim, talking like when the same way you was talking when Ten Hag was there, blind faith. So what happened? Like what conversation took place?
No, bro. He was actually more angry at the game than I was. Like he was more like animated. I was chilled. I was like, lightweight, but he was, I actually see the different side of Marcel today at the game.
Buonanotte, mate. Buonanotte.
He's a baller. He's a baller. But listen, people, we're gonna wrap it up here. Smash a like on the video. We're not even on 1.5k likes here. Let's get these to 1.5k like. Danny, pleasure coming on, bro. Love.
No, I appreciate you, man. Big up to the Mandem as well.
Yeah, big up to you, Marcel. Make sure you follow Marcel on the socials, man.
Come on, guys, man. Big up everyone. Next week. Looking forward to next week, and then the week after, Premier League's back.
There you go, people. Big up to you, Leon. Big up to you, my love.
Big up, man. Hopefully last night was good as well. I couldn't make it down in the end, actually, but hopefully
it was a lit night.
Real good, man. Hopefully got some decent wings at Wing Kings as well, man.
Yeah, big up to you, man. Love, man. Big up to anyone who was there. Milton Keynes, man. Decent area, so big up to you. Rhino, big up, man.
Yeah, man. Let's see all the stuff that comes out during this break. Ruben, has he got his permit yet? Have you guys?
I'm not sure.
Friday, they said Friday or Saturday.
Friday. Yeah,
Friday.
Working
day. Friday.
See him infiltrate this club and start to see what's good, man. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, you guys smash the likes. Big up the man that was always.
Come on.
Yeah, man. Let's see. Let's wake up the sleeping giant, man. Let's wake him up, man.
That's it, man. That's it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nuruddin, big up to you, man.
Yeah, man. Big up people. Big up the Mandem, innit? Big up Saeed. Big up the chat. Make sure you smash the likes. Yeah, Amorim, get the tangibles right. Show me something to get behind.
That's it.
I'm not that.
You have a positive
Nuruddin. I'm not complicating it. Show me something, man. Show me something to get behind. Show me take me on a journey, man. Project.
Pause, but yeah.
There's no pause, man. Take me on a journey.
There is a pause structure. There's
no pause, man. You guys are grown men.
That was a crazy pause.
There's no pause, man.
Allow the pause culture, man.
Grown men.
Are you man the pause culture, man? Allow it, man.
Why I say that when I say it? Nah, man. Allow me.
Super chat just come through. Says Kelly, big up to Kelly. Says real talk. If I was Ineos, I would just go to Inter and bring in Lautaro Martinez. We can't keep on waiting for strikers. We could come good. Really goal scoring now and not in 5 years' time.
That ship's
He's not a proven goal scorer, but yeah.
I tell you, they should go to Turkey and get Osherman. Because you know when somebody shows you they're going for a league.
Osherman's a bad boy.
Man, Osherman.
Listen, you know what?
Osherman's a bad boy. That's my striker.
Lautaro, Alta Indiana.
Yeah, Lautaro Martinez, listen, he's doing his thing, man. But
Osherman's a bad boy. That's my.
Let me ask one more thing. Let me ask one more thing, Danny. You know, like people are saying, like yesterday, somebody come on to it was Kaneki on Flawless is saying he after 3 games he knows like he's going to be able to see whether this Amorim thing's kind of work or not from like an initial implementing what he wants to do. What would you say, like time wise? Would you say like after 5-10 games, I know like, what I can see whether this guy's actually going to implement something?
So 3 games don't make no sense to me because you won't see repetition.
10 games, mate. 10
games.
I
won't see that. After 12 matches, the way I look at football, after 12 games, I should be able to look at game 1, game 3, game 7, game 9, game 11, and see patterns I can line up together.
Okay.
I can see repetition through the matches. So 12 games minimum for me. You should see what patterns are emerging.
Real talk.
That's just how I view football. If you can spot it in 3 matches, you're way more intelligent than me. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I think
also,
you need a
big
longer
up,
sample size, really.
Yeah. Big up Musa.
Yeah, big up, man. Them always love to jump on the show, break bread, and then that's it. I'm just waiting for the first game, and then all roads lead to the dugout.
Yeah, next week, by next week, Mandem Talk, we'll have like press conferences. We'll have maybe training session. We'll have more.
Listen, all roads also. There's 2 roads, Musa, and you missed one out. They also lead to the fucking board, bro.
What are you saying to the board head office?
There's 2 roads, bro. 2 roads.
Listen, man.
Boards now. You've got the Ineos Angles. It's not even 1 road no more.
Yeah. 3 fucking 3.
There you go. Guys, big up to everyone who's locked in. We're going to raid Minna. Minna's live right now, so go show love to Minna. You know, I've been doing her thing over there. Like I said, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Big up, man. Lit show, people. Take care.